Hey, I had a whole intro plan. Manny come out flexing on us off the drip.
Off the drill with the
He come out
crazy
flexing off the
WBC.
drip. Hey, that's fire. That's
Hey,
What's
that's
up,
too
fire.
man?
tough,
What's up,
man. That's
yo?
too
That's
tough.
tough, man. So look, I'm gonna set us off, man. Hey, we got us another special guest joining us on the E-Lab podcast panel today, man. He is a current WBC and UBO title holder right now, man. Y'all boys make some noise for Immanuwel, the chosen one, Aleem, man. Make some noise for the
Appreciate you,
dog,
man.
man.
Let's
Hey,
go.
hey,
Yes, sir.
real
Yes,
quick.
sir.
Hey, real quick, before we get into it, that's fire.
Oh, that's
Before,
too hard.
wait. Come on, you throwing me off and shining. Wait a minute. Hey, before we get into it, hey, I wanted to shout out your moms and your pops, bro. Shout out to Omar Aleem and shout out to Miss D, bro. Miss D, heavy pressure. She said, hey, man, y'all ain't far enough away for you not to be coming up here to the ninth dimension and coming to these events and coming to the boxing matches we have, man. So she said, y'all got to pop out, man. So we go make sure we pop out, man. And I just want to shout out to Miss D, man, for setting this up, bro. It all went through her and Ted. And I appreciate you coming up here and chopping it up with us, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No
bro. We
problem, man.
appreciate that, bro.
Show,
We
bro.
Looking
It's
appreciate
forward to
fire,
being here.
man. So look, Ted, would you go say something, Ted, or you want to get into the
Hey,
belt?
look.
Because he pulled it out.
Just
I
quick
want to
question.
ask you.
Just a quick response from that.
Go ahead.
Yo, Manny. So I was like, you had, we had a conversation. You were like, hey, just reach out. And I got on the phone. When I tell you, it was so like, I felt at home when I was speaking with her. She just made everything so comfortable, but she was so direct. And before she even said what she said, she was like, I'm from New York. I said, I already knew that, Miss D. I already knew that. So the fact is, I just want to give a huge shout out to your mother because it was so
Absolutely.
seamless. She got a clean business, and I just wanted her to just know that, I just wanted to spread the attention
We're
to
grateful.
her and the things that she does for the community in regards to being able to put you on the forefront. And I just want to let you guys know that this is important and we all appreciate you as boxing fans.
Man,
Yeah, for
thank you. I
Hey,
sure.
appreciate that a lot, man.
so look, hold on, man. Hold on. Get off all that mushy stuff.
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
So look, so July 26th, man. July
Yeah.
26th, you just fought Nicholson, man. You got your victory, man. Tell me about the belts that you won and how do you think that these belts and that win should propel your career, or what direction you trying to go with your career now that you have these titles, man?
Well, this belt definitely was a big one, especially
Yeah.
with the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. First handcrafted by the WBC, first one made ever. So
First one made ever.
to have
Wow.
that, made and for the area and have it against Damon, it was all a plus in my mindset of when it was came about. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Damon is a opponent that I fought before, so he's common and I just know that was a good dance partner for that night. And I said we could put on for the
Yeah.
area. We can definitely show where we came from. For me and him, it's been similar as far as us coming up in the amateurs, rising through rankings, trying to become pro, get to pro matches. Even though we fought again in the pros, he was doing his thing in the DMV. He was knocking out a lot of people while I was fighting on TV and moving my way with PBC. So when the
Yeah.
fight came about, it was like a collision course because he's like 17-1 with 16 knockouts, and I'm just undefeated 16-0 coming up. So I heard at first, this is the first thing I heard when we was training. We didn't have I didn't have an opponent. I don't know my manager at the time, and he was working out the business side, and then I think
Yeah.
it was Dominique Wade was heard at the time. So I wasn't worried about who it was, but then they said Damon. I'm like, all right, they keep throwing Damon name out here for the last 2 years, and I already know we fought
This
each
your
other. I
third
already
time
beat him.
fighting him too, right? You done fought him 3 times,
It's my
right?
fifth time. Fifth time.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
Okay.
I beat him twice in both regionals, Silver Glove regionals when I was 13, 14, and then I beat him again at 17 when I was the USA regionals to go to the nationals. So every time
Okay.
I had to go to the nationals, I had to face him. And before
Okay.
Damon, it was Demetrius Ballard, and Demetrius was the
Yeah.
guy out of Maryland. He was knocking everybody. I
Saw
think
that.
it was like 16 time, 18 time national.
Seen that.
So me and him would go head up, and I knew that I was capable with him. So when Damon came through, not saying he wasn't better or nothing, I just knew that
Yeah.
okay, I last with Demetrius. Damon didn't make it past Demetrius in the state, so when me and him get
Mhm.
together, I knew I would have the edge on that, so I would go
Yeah.
forward. So
I
that was
feel
just
you,
me
man.
for my history of me knowing him, his style and everything, and then we meet back up in the pros. Like, all right, now I'm different. This ain't the
That's
headgear.
like
This
a
ain't him.
boxing story, man. That's like a movie or something. Like y'all
Oh
done
yeah,
fought five. That's like
yeah,
Rocky and Rocky Balboa or
Yeah.
something.
Facts.
yeah,
Let me ask
yeah.
you this one more question, man, and I'll let y'all go. Let me ask you. So, do you think right now is the hottest you've been in your career? Like, is now, or was it back when you was 17 and no? as far as like how the boxing world views you now? Had the phone calls changed any in the last 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
Not that I know of. That's what we got to work out wise, because there's things that needs to be ironed out right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think back in the past, business wise, my manager dropped the ball on marketing me. You know, I
Yeah.
wasn't marketed correctly. I wasn't moved correctly. My name wasn't pushed correctly. It was just I was
Yeah.
winning and it was quiet. I was winning. It was quiet till I
Mhm.
popped out on the scene, and then I had to fight a belt. And I don't know if that was the strategy then. I've been seeing, because that's what Instagram and everything just was coming out.
Right.
I've been seeing how social media was taking over, but it was just being stuck in old ways and being, hidden and not doing stuff. It hurt us, I think, in the back end,
Yeah.
because now, the exposure. I don't know. It could be perfect timing. I think it was meant for me to be on this, so I'm not gonna take that away either.
Yeah,
So
man. So you
I
feel? Do
don't
you
know.
feel underrated? You feel like you underrated, or is your value like? Are they trying to see your value now? You still feel like the
I feel
boxing
like they're
world?
trying to see
You know what
my
I mean?
value and I'm overlooked,
Okay.
and I never really got the
Push.
proper push behind me, the proper, like, even when I was being trained and had managed, it was things didn't go right correctly in the camp, the training.
Yeah.
And
I get
now
what you're
I'm
saying.
free from all of that. Now I'm able to move in the direction and ship can go in the right direction. So that's where I'm
That's
at
what's
right
up,
now.
man. That's what's up. Ted,
Uh,
did you go ahead? Oh, Dirk, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, Dirk.
well,
Yeah.
since we speaking on the belt shining and everything, man, I just want to know how you feel about like all of the belts. Like
Mm,
in boxing, there's so many belts now, and keeping track of that. Do you feel that that's good for boxing or not good, or
yeah.
Well, at one point I didn't feel like it was good. I could see why it helps some fighters. It's like I noticed that everybody not going to become a champion, so it gives them some degree of level to feel fulfilled.
yeah,
But the ultimate goal is always the world championship. Especially, I'm grown old school. I came up watching Joe
is that
Frazier, Sugar
right?
Ray Leonard, and them. So I'm looking for number one. They fought where it's just number one. I have my
Yeah.
mindset at number one. If it's not number one, I'm not shooting for that. But
Right.
Right.
nowadays, I feel like people can't reach that. They butter it up and they'll make another belt and they'll
Gotcha.
make something and then and it sways the public and everything. So
Yeah.
I
But
would like
I
it to
feel like
be,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I
No,
would
I
like
was
it to
gonna
be
say I feel
more
like it's good.
individual.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, go
You
ahead.
said
I
what,
feel like
EJ?
it's no, I was gonna say I feel like he can use it as a bargaining chip though. So
Yeah.
Manny, so let's be clear: top 50 in the world, top 7 in America, right? And I first off, congratulations on that, man, because you ain't just
Yeah, man.
anybody. Let's be clear. This ain't just anybody up there,
Yeah.
man. You have been doing your thing, but I'm just saying so let's say when you want to get into the ring with one of those top 15, top 25 kind of guys, this is a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
These titles that you have are bargaining chips. So I think it could help as far as like persuading other fighters to step in the ring so he could ultimately move up. You feel me? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I can feel both sides, man. My
Yeah.
bad. But go ahead, Ted. My bad, man.
Yeah, I got 2 to 3 questions just in regards of just journey and path, right? So I did a little bit of homework on you, Manny, and you are one of 10 in regards to siblings, and you came from a big family.
Yeah.
Your mother and everybody that's as far as your older siblings, they were already established in boxing. They had a little bit of background by the time they got to you. So did you have a chip on your shoulder being the youngest? And saying, I still got something to prove, even though my other siblings are older? Or did you utilize those resources coming up and saying, hey, look, they know the game. I want to learn as much as possible. Or did you kind of want to create your own path, coming up as the youngest kid?
It was I would say, a even slate on all of it, because I wasn't so much that they done it before me, but I did see the sports side of my family. My sisters, my dad was being an artist, and my brother was doing basketball, and my sister played basketball. So I seen them kind of reach, but they didn't have the experience so much. And me and my
Sure.
brother kind of gained experience as we went. So I just wanted to be an athlete like them and surpass the athleticism I seen them stop at. I seen my sister go to college. It could have been a WNBA
WNBA.
type
Yeah.
athlete, but she fell short on that, so that made me push more, knowing, man, when I get my opportunity, I'm gonna push more, because I know my life gets in the way, but I wanted to
Yeah,
push
true.
more. I see my brothers have talent and they, didn't push. I see my mom and my dad had talent, but then things happen, life happens. So I always
Sure.
looked at that on my end, so I feel like
That's
it was
what's
an
up.
even on all of it, not so much on one end,
Right.
And me being the youngest, like I did see everything come before me, so that was like me having that edge. So I'm gonna be the difference, and that's why I guess the chosen one comes in because it just was automatic at that point. My mindset was always that I'm gonna be the difference. I see what's missing in certain things, and
For
plus I'm
sure.
last, so I'm the last one to tell, the last one to move out the house, the last one to go to school, the last one to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting,
Yeah.
watching, like okay, boom, I can pick up from this, pick up from that. So I know it's my time. I can just want to do a straight
And
course.
you
So
can kind of learn from other
True.
siblings' mistakes and stuff through
yeah,
life to
Hmm.
be like, all right, well, I'm gonna move different from that, so I can see how that'll
And your
help.
parents are wiser
yeah,
too. Your parents done
Yeah.
been, you know what I'm saying? They done been
Yeah,
through it with the
facts.
other kids and stuff. Yeah. But go ahead,
Yeah.
Ted.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then this is more of a transition thing. So, like I said, congratulations on being a multi belt holder, not just that big shiny one that you got on your shoulder right now, right? You a multi belt holder, and the reason why I wanted to kind of reinforce on that is I always wanted to ask, as you were moving up in your weight classes and things of that nature, and you were fighting different multiple opponents in regards to even the amateurs and then actually going into the pros. As you were going up in weight class, did the fighting styles and the punches start feeling different? Because the reason why I asked that because there's a lot of people that do move up in weight, like Canelo and things of that nature, and Bud, and they kind of move up maybe one class, and then they kind of like, this caliber of fighters, they pretty good. Let's kind of chill right here. And then you got those one of ones that actually climb as much as they can. Now they're multi-class belt holders. Did the fighting styles change as you were climbing up? And did the punches feel different when you were competing and whooping on these dudes?
Um, the fighting style changed a little bit because I noticed like big going up in weight class, my speed difference. The power difference is there, but knowing boxing, how I know boxing and studying boxing, it's all about technique and positioning at that point and allowing yourself to get hit by that power. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it is a difference, and I was already kind of heavier over the last few years. I think it was a blessing in disguise because I got called to go out to help Jamal Charlo, and me and him was on a collision course in 2017 of fighting each other, and we technically had a contract to fight against each other, but that never got fulfilled. But he went on to fight Santino. I had lost to Santino. I don't know what the deal was that back then, but at the end of the day, I got to help him for Derevyanchenko, help him for Montiel, help him for Sergey. I mean, who did do that's in Poland? Selesky, but that fell out. And then I helped
Mm.
Earl Spence for Ugas, and then I helped um Jamel for Castano,
Yeah.
and then I helped him for Canelo, and he was supposed to fight the Zoo, but that didn't happen because he sparred me the first day and hurt his hand. So
Bro, he
then,
fractured his
but me
hand,
being
didn't
over there in them camps, I wasn't in my prime weight. So I was going through management issues. I was going through trying to get my course and my training, but at the same time, the blessing in disguise is working with these champs in my downtime. So I got used to being a little heavier. I got used to being bigger, even though I sparred bigger guys when I was younger, but I was
he?
smaller coming up. But now I'm actually bigger coming down. So when I got to
Yeah.
70 and 68, it kind of, I feel the difference. And now I've grown into it because I was fighting at 60, being a smaller 60 coming up. But now I feel like I'm more, that's around my weight, 68.
68. Because you fought Nicholson at 172 this last time, right? Did you
Yeah, I
fight him
weighed
at
in
172?
68. This 72 is like that was all. I mean, understand that to be honest. I guess it was benefiting him. And 75, he couldn't reach down. It was technically said that he couldn't reach because he had a kidney failure past 72. I don't know why the belts were 75 and all this, but I
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, all right. Ted, you had
No.
another one.
Uh, in that regard, just basically the fact that you were in the multi-class and things of that nature, because bro, I looked it up, bro. You not really that tall of a guy. You 5'9", 5'10", and the fact
Yeah.
that you moving up and you real comfortable in these particular classes. The reason why I was bringing it up, does it give a lot of props to your father in regards to the coaching and things of that nature, or the fact that like when you were already naturally heavy, you got to fight the taller and the bigger guys and things of that nature? Because like for you being kind of shorter, you are great in the pocket, but you also know how to keep your distance, utilize your jab, and you are like super reactive to other people's play style. So I just wanted to know, like, how did that all come in to in regards to fighting style? Because like you being a shorter guy, but still know how to utilize distance is kind of a rare thing in boxing.
Well, I would say I've always been that way. My dad coming back to my corner for the last 5 fights. He had my first debut fight. It's like reuniting because he had carried us through the amateurs. You know, he been through my story because my dad wasn't my first coach, but he brought
Yeah.
us to the gym. He watched coaches, things happen over time, and then he seen that this wasn't the route we should have took. So he always was like our mentor. After
Sure.
training, he'll always say, "I think your jab should be better. I think this." We always had these discussions. So he became a coach later on and got us to facilities and got us to a gym and trained our gym and everything and moved up. So he knew our style, putting me in there with pros early on when I was 13, 14, sparring other on cruiserweights and everything. I always wanted to fight a grown person because I was small and younger. I always felt my power could handle a grown man, but I never got the
But you was
opportunity.
bad. You was a
So
bad kid. Huh? You
yeah, so when pro came, it was like, okay, I get to do this, but then I had a different trainer at the time. I had a different
Mm,
management trainer, so I couldn't do the things I used to do. Things were starting to change with me in my performances, and I it's one fight that I always talk about is the Cepeda fight, one of
yeah.
my best fights that people like, but I technically don't like it. Far as I'm just a fundamental type of person, and I break myself down a lot. And I'm looking at, man, I don't like how tense I am. I don't like how much I'm throwing
Yeah.
so heavy. Everybody loves the
Yeah,
back and forth in this, but me
I,
personally, I don't
yeah.
like it. I don't like because I know
yeah,
what I'm doing training wise that's different than what I've been doing in the past. I could have
Yeah.
probably made that fight a lot more easier than going 8. I could have boxed him and did it a
Yeah.
lot cleaner in 2 or 3, but I went through this back and forth with training. Then that went to the demand, and now for a Kichov. And I seen little stuff I was slipping, and then the Santino fight happened. Things happened that fight too, but it's like I seen my decline in my style. So me going back to my dad, going back to
Yeah.
my fundamentals, going back to the things I've been had, it's just like
Yeah.
it's a
You,
perfect
you
storm at this
you think
point.
if you had your pops in your corner for the Santino, it go different? If you got your pops in your corner instead of
Yeah,
who's that?
yeah,
Peterson, George Peterson was coaching you. Oh, you went out. His phone died.
yeah, for sure.
There
yeah.
you go. You good? You good? Yeah, you say yeah for sure.
Hey, can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear us, man? Yeah, I can hear you now. You good? You say yeah for
Okay,
sure
I
though.
can't hear y'all. I think because this phone call trying to come in. I don't know why.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool. I'm here.
All right.
You good? Can you hear us now? Are
Yeah,
we?
yeah. You said something with the Santino, and my dad was
I
in the
was saying
corner.
yeah. If your pop if you had your pops in your corner because I saw you went from pops to George Peterson to Ronnie Shields at one point, and then now you back at pops. Was that the transition?
Yeah, yeah. Because
So
George,
yeah,
that happened after my first debut. And I mean, yeah, debut, and then somebody called and told my dad how I stopped the guy that Thomas Williams have stopped. They went the distance with. So then they called George, and this conversation happened. Well, he called my dad, and that became us trying to go to camp and training. But it eventually became more of a dictating type thing and training this way. And it wasn't a good. I mean, it was okay, but at the time, but I think I tolerated a lot. But that chapter
yeah,
Yeah,
it's down. But the Santino fight was a slip up where I feel like I don't try to make excuses on it. This is just to break down how it happened. So the fight I fought Kitrov. I didn't fight till 8 months later.
yeah.
Business wise, I don't know when I'm fighting. I don't. I think this is the time you tell your fighter, "Hey, we're looking for this match. Hey, this is whatever." You come and say we got to fight. What your weight is? Oh, we got to rush. It made me feel like I'm rushing to get down. I just became champion. For us to get down and weight, I felt like I was a few pounds over, and the training was I was trying to try a new trainer with this personal trainer. My legs and stuff got kind
I
of when
seen.
you trying to push as a fighter, you don't want to look like you weak or nothing. So I'm just like, all right, my blades are bothering me, but they're like, no, keep pushing, keep doing this. I'm like, okay, but I'm just trying to be that fighter and keep persevering. So
yeah,
then I get to the fight, I'm a few pounds over, gotta lose that. I already feel like I'm drained from training and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
then I rehydrate, make weight, do whatever, and then get to the back room. And I'm but co-main supposed to be in the room by yourself and do whatever. But on my manager, like, yo, we still got time, got 2 hours and this and that. Literally, we in Miami, Oklahoma, so we didn't have 2 hours. So the time difference. He was on East Coast time, so he kind of
yeah.
messed up the time with knowing how much time we had to get ready. And
Oh,
then
okay.
my brother and the assistant was watching the undercards, looking at the undercard fight, seeing this. Referee comes in, gives us our instructions, but now we can't wrap our hands because we don't have an inspector. A lot of inspectors was there. Then they find an inspector probably like 20 minutes later. Then they said, hey, we don't got a lot of inspectors. You got to come downstairs. Come downstairs, Santino already got his stuff on. They said get in the ring. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm not even
That's
ready. I'm not in
crazy.
the mode. I'm just like, oh
Yeah, you
man,
ain't ready. Yeah, and
try to
your
wrap
legs
my stuff
and
on real
stuff.
quick. Say, can they put a fight on it? But we didn't know that Charles Conwell had an early knockout. Things was moving. Nobody was communicating with the side. But then at the same time, we didn't. It's just things wasn't in order and didn't feel like we had enough time. Usually they're a lot more prompt. And so we try to do what I do, wrap my hands, do whatever. And at that mode, I wasn't in fight mode. I was kind of just in. get out there, get out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Feel
scrambling.
saw
like I
you
was
say you was in
rushing.
sparring mode. You was really thinking because you
Yeah,
weren't
that's
really
pretty
ready
much
all
how
the
it
way.
felt. See my dad, see
Yeah.
people try to dap him, try to go in there. I'm like, all right, I know what to do, but I'm not really engaged yet. And then I look at how flat I was. I wasn't on my toes. I was walking in. I'm hitting hit. My dad told me I heard him outside in the corner in the crowd because he was like you stretching. I felt like I was like leaning and stretching on my jab, and then I was like,
Yeah,
I shook my head, and then he hit me with a jab, and I felt flat. And I said, all right, I'm gonna lock up and try to push him back. So once I locked up, I didn't realize
yeah,
I dropped my hand. He threw a hook, I threw a hook, and I was like, oh shit. I
Yeah.
hit the ground. This is what I last remember. I hit the ground. The shot didn't really it was a hard shot, but to me, his power wasn't there. Yeah, like walking the first two
yeah,
rounds, I'm like, okay, he's not as strong. He's not. I really knocked these down and walked through him. But then, that shot he caught me with was right on the button. But then my legs went out because I was just like, all right, I can get up. I'm trying to turn in my body. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit! Like in my head, it's like a movie. I'm like, no,
Hey.
no, no. I'm like, no.
Like
And
you
I was
can
like,
see
oh,
it,
rush
but
me,
it's like
rush
you
me.
got
I'm like,
sleep
fuck.
paralysis.
I'm like,
You can't
oh
move.
no. So that
Nah, I
happened.
feel
I
you.
get up and I'm just like, when I lose, I always want to give somebody, their props regardless of what it is, and,
Yeah.
regardless of how it came out, I still want to show my respect. So, I told him after we got out the ring, I was like, "Yo, we got to run that back." So he's like, "Oh, no, sure, sure." She was like, "I just know that he didn't catch me when I was fresh. That was my only thing. If I would
Yeah.
have went out there and went out 100 and you beat me, I'm good. But because I
yeah,
got caught from all that happened, I was just like,
It
shoot.
was a
But then
perfect
I just
storm of
felt my
stuff.
stock went up and down, like watching, because I walked through the back and Thomas Williams saw me, then he was like, "Oh, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's like, "Did you see it?" I'm like, "I don't know why he was so in a rush to show me." I'm like, "No, I didn't see it, but he showed me."
Yeah, like
And
you
because
said.
he used to be training with me and everything, and
Yeah.
part of it could have been a happy moment for him or a bittersweet, because I don't know. But when he's
Right.
saying, I wanted to check myself because I'm a hard critic of myself, so I want to see what my
yeah.
mistake was. So when I dropped my hand, I was like, "All right." That was
That
whatever. Because
was,
I dropped my hand as he threw it, but it's because how
yeah,
flat I was and how I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? That always laid on my
Yeah.
head. Like he didn't catch me 100, but it is what it
He
is. He
caught you.
got
Yeah.
it.
He got you in a good spot. I was gonna
speak.
speak to you saying, "Oh, go ahead, Dirk." Because let me
No,
real quick, Dirk.
go,
Let me say this about it.
go
Because
ahead.
about
Yeah,
listening to your body, man. About listening to your body, he made me think about Tyrese Halliburton in the finals, Game 7, and he knew he
yes,
was strained, but that pressure of just performing at the highest level. It's the
Damian
champion.
Lillard did the same thing first game.
Dame Dollar did the same thing.
Jason
Tatum
Tatum right after that.
right after that,
yes,
and we
yes,
all hurt, but we gotta go out there and perform, bro. And they go out there and they tear their
Because
Achilles
as a
and ruin,
boxer, they look at the ego. If you say no, oh, you're not
now you scared.
performing. You're looking
Yeah,
weak.
you
I'm like,
scared, man. So
I don't do
I
that a
hear
lot.
you.
So when I tell something that's bothering me, I do want to bring that to attention.
tension.
And that
Yeah,
at that time when I was with
Listen,
the trainer, it just felt like you always had to abide by what's being said and push. So
right,
that's what I
right,
learned
For
more in my
sure.
my trial
yeah.
and error with that.
See me, man. As an old man, before I go hoop, I make sure I bend at the house, man. I go out here do some squats. You know what I mean? Jump up and
bro.
down, touch the roof. You got to make sure. I'm for real. You got to know.
Yeah.
I know before I go out there. Hey, man, I can't do it today. Not today. Hey, I
Yeah,
catch y'all. We try tomorrow. For
for
real. You got to
real.
listen to your body, bro.
For
But my
You
sure.
bad. Go
just
ahead, Dirk. What you about to
no.
say, B?
But just speaking on the loss and everything like that. I know one thing we like that, or we wonder about with boxing is how important is it to not lose or have the zero, or because I feel like a lot of times, and you said you watched old school, you grew up on the old school boxing. We love, that all that we was just talking before you got on about Roy Jones is one of our favorites. Like
Mhm.
we
Mm-hmm.
just we just felt like um it feels like nowadays people are so focused on not losing that they aren't getting
Taking the
the
fight.
best fights or taking the best fights. So do you think that's like the like a I guess like the state of boxing right now? It's just everybody's just so focused on being undefeated instead of just fighting the good fights and seeing who's the best. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
now I know the guy in Saudi Arabia is putting together some cards where now you're starting to get some of that.
For
And I think
sure.
it's bringing back that energy of
That
boxing
feel.
that we
That
that
feel
that
for
we
real.
love,
Hold
you
on, though.
know?
They calling him again. Hold on.
yeah, I'm back. I'm
I
back.
don't know if he can hear us yet. You good? They call you
Yeah.
good? Can you hear
Yeah, I'm
us?
back.
All right, go ahead, Dirk. But yeah, you said
Yeah, so
Turkish
I was
Ali,
just
bring it back.
wondering, how do you feel about that aspect of it? Because it felt like for a while we couldn't get the matches that everybody wanted to get because everybody's like, I don't, they don't want to take that L or blah blah blah.
Yeah, first, I'm not gonna lie. Me losing that night, knowing that Floyd was fighting the next day, And I was just like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I was a TV fight. I lost that night, and that was my first loss like that on TV. And I seen my stock go from this to this. And it
Yeah.
wasn't on me. It was just because I felt like the situation, how it happened. I'm just like, dang, I get caught slipping. And then I was ready, but the team or people wasn't ready. And I go from winning my biggest fight to losing a fight like this, not being ready. And I just seen how I was treated from being posted more, being shown like, damn, when I lose, I got shown more love than I was winning. Because I was 17 and
Yeah.
0. I didn't even I see people 6 and 0 now winning and they be getting blown up. And I'm like, damn, I don't
That's
even get
true.
that. And I'm 17. Like I won 17.
Yeah,
A lot of people say
yeah,
my
you're
fights are
right.
hard. They're like, man, you fought hard people. I'm like, yeah, that
Yeah.
I mean I am, but it's like, damn, why I'm not getting the recognition then?
What
But
is
Right.
it? That
seeing
and
that
cause
undefeated
yeah,
thing, I think there was a lot of the people in boxing was trying to go against that because it's a market thing in the sport. And being undefeated based on who's the king of the sport, Floyd was the king of the sport at that time. So
right.
everybody's trying to match themselves to the king. Everybody got to, okay, you're not going to get an opportunity if you're not undefeated because they might give somebody else 4 fights and he's on TV, but you got to fight 20 knockouts. So you got to be this. So everybody's trying to build that same, and it's not just in boxing, it's in every sport.
They called him. Let
I
me
don't
hold
know.
the
I
belt.
don't,
You
I
There
see,
we
don't know
go.
who's trying
King
to
talking about
call me
hold the
so
belt. You
bad.
see King talking about hold the belt in the
I don't know
comments.
who's trying to call me so bad.
They might need you, man. But now you good. You
It's
getting
an
them spam calls.
unknown
But
number.
now
It's
you was
still
cooking.
calling me down. But yeah, I just feel like everybody's trying to, be on that caliber and okay, we got to build this person. But then it's not just the boxer too. It's the team.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
promoters. It's the managers
yes.
because the boxer's trying to be the boxer. The manager is trying to move the fighter a certain way. Sometimes the boxer doesn't know how they're trying to move. They don't know that they're trying to maneuver past and get these people and get these knockouts and get these certain things. Because he might talk to a person behind the door. Hey, what's his record? Oh, he's not such and such, whatever. That might pass them by. It's like you gotta, and not to keep it racial, but I feel like black people gotta be a Deontay Wilder to get up there. If you're not Deontay Wilder,
Mm.
you're not knocking out everybody. You're not this big person that's demolishing people. It's hard to get a real name because then we get out there, then we look like another fighter who they try to put us in the boats of the flamboyant fighters, the ones who talk, and
Yeah.
then they go out there and then they lose. You know what I'm saying? They get tired of that. So then it's like, how do we become different? We got a bunch of fighters who's skillful, but then you find somebody else, let's just say like a Rosado, and you find somebody else that even with Pacquiao was a fighter who just, he's great, but at the same time, he gave wars. And there's other fighters who give the same type of wars, but they won't give him the same recognition. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because he's
I
Pacquiao. He
feel
bring a country behind him. And that's bigger than what the fighter looks for. The fighter looks for the fighting. They're not looking at the crowd. They're not looking at the business. They're not looking at who's bringing in the dollars and this and that. And that's what Floyd exploited. But now it's like the sport has going so far with it. And then they're
you.
trying to get back to what the turkey, they're trying to get back to single stuff. But it's like, it's going to come. I just think over time, these fighters keep doing what they're doing. It's going to weed out. You're going to forget the undefeatedness. You're going to forget. There's not too much people that's going to, be undefeated anymore if they keep fighting. 'Cause that's part
Do,
of the
That's
sport.
true. That's a fact. That's a
yeah.
fact,
Floyd
I
man.
monetized his
for,
undefeatedness perfectly. I
Yeah.
feel like understanding the sport now, that's his business. His business was to be
Yes.
undefeated. His business was to show
Yes.
that he can't lose. And he marketed that. But they
He
took his
capitalized.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they went over the whole sport. Now everybody want to be up to the par. I'm like, to me as a fighter, is be your own market. You know what I'm saying? Be your own
Right.
whatever you good at great at. You don't have to match Floyd. You don't have to be 50 and 0. You don't have to be that. You good at where you at, but everybody wants to be on that upper echelon to sit in that chair. And I think that's what the
That's true.
problem is.
That's true. I ain't mad at it.
yeah,
Now look.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Dirk. You got more. Go ahead, Dirk. Keep
No, no,
going.
no, no, no. I was just saying that I feel like, real boxing fans, we appreciate no matter if you undefeated or not, you go out there and you beat somebody that we regard as somebody that's legitimate. It don't matter how many losses you got. I think that is what real boxing fans miss. It's like, man, we just want to see y'all fight, man. We don't
Yes.
care
Like, hey,
who you
that's
lost to
valid.
or
Yeah.
any of that
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Uh,
I just
Yeah.
it, we wait
Like Bivol and
we
Bitterbeef,
yeah,
Dirk.
yeah.
I don't care that he lost to him. That's a great fight. I want to see
Yeah,
it again.
and we
Third.
don't want to wait till y'all, and I know the other aspect of the business part that a lot of fans just kind of forget about, that you got to deal with promoters, you got to deal with managers, you got to deal with, say you at
Mhm.
PBC, he at top rank, and blah 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 blah. All you got to deal with all that stuff. But it's
Mhm.
like, man, even when, since we were talking about Floyd, like the Floyd Pacquiao thing, I felt like, by the time they fought, maybe it was, it just didn't have the same feel. It was cool, but it's like maybe if they was in their primes, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And I think
Yep.
we missing out, and now we looking for the next thing because we Tank's the biggest star in boxing, but we can't
Hmm.
get Tank to fight anybody worth who we think, just a big match where it's like, okay, even though the Lamont Roach fight was great, it was like nobody really knew Lamont like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hmm.
I think we just missing everybody just mixing it up, man. All the greats just going at it, man. Like we
Nah,
used
that's a
to.
fact.
I think if
Speaking
they
of
could
great,
make more of
no.
the sanctioning bodies and the promoters more accountable will help because
Yes.
with the fighters, you make the fighters accountable. It's their business, but they have other people who's representing their business to make these things happen, and they're the ones
Mhm.
that's blocking it. But they're the ones who don't get the conversation. You don't see them approaching the referees or judges like, "Hey, why did you score that? What's your take on scoring this fight? What's your take on that?" Because those are the ones that sway the fight. Those are the ones who make this person better than that person. And instead of the fighters feel like they losing, it's like these judges and these referees and these
Mm,
people behind scenes are not accountable at all, and they give
yes.
blind eyes to anybody. And I feel like they should be approached a lot more to be more in the public eye for people to understand. Like, we are thousands of people. We see this person lose. How did you score? How did you score that differently?
Yeah.
All thousand of us.
Yeah, no,
Facts.
that's a fact. No,
That's a
that's a
fact.
fact. And
So
look.
yeah, I definitely feel
Speaking of
like
Big
they need to
Legs
be
fight,
definitely on a damn judge or whatever. You
put
put
him
them
on
on the
there.
table.
That's how I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people feel that way about basketball referees. Like, what's the dude they hate in the basketball? The one that be mad at
Scott
Chris
Foster.
Scott
Scott
Foster,
Foster.
yeah.
They feel like
Scott,
that about
yeah.
bro. They hate his ass.
I mean, bro,
Look,
referees really dictate everything, bro, in
they
all
can.
sports. Referees,
That's
and
a
then,
fact.
like he said, in boxing, the judging, man, you never know. You might look at a card and you have it score. They'll have this dude scoring it on the TV, and you'll be like, "Yeah, that look good." Then the judge, you had two judges have it completely different. You like, bro, what was you watching?
Yeah, because like, how can you have the analysts who are boxing people who watch it, and you have judges who think different, and it comes to like how you said the old school and everything, right? So all three of us or four of us could be judges. I'm looking at it from a fighter perspective. Y'all looking at it from your own perspective, and it's like, how do we all come with different things if we all supposed to be studying the same rules? And it's like, you might like punches that's not that's deflected. You might not count those. You might count all of it. You know what I'm saying? But you won't know that, and the fans won't know that. And they're like,
Right.
how'd you get that?
That's
We
a
all
fact.
see that because they're
That's a
looking
fact.
at it, and they might judge it just because they don't like your style. They might like, well, I don't think these are working, and it's like
Yeah.
that's unfairness, and they don't even get talked about it. Like, why did you score these 7 rounds for this person, knowing that this
Yeah.
person scored this on the stats? They don't get crucified for none of that.
Th-
So
and it changes the trajectory of the whole of the boxer's career, or that
yeah,
person, like that judge that we don't know, just could have just derailed this guy from making millions of dollars, and he
and
just
then he's
going
on to
about
the
his
next
day.
fight, on
Yeah,
to the next
On
fight
to
like
the
it's
next
nothing.
fight. He good. Yep.
yeah,
He getting
man,
the
it's
same check.
crazy.
No,
Yep.
it made me think about you, man. In one of your interviews, you was talking about your big brother, your older brother, Moshe, I believe,
Yes.
that he kind of had this problem where they just didn't like his style. You know what
In
I
the
mean? Like
amateurs,
it was
he came in with the Ali style. He came with, well, and I'm not gonna say the Ali. It was his own style that he created that had
yeah,
similarity with Ali and Sugar Ray
it had the
Robinson.
lane.
We
Yeah, I
watched
got
and watched old school. He didn't have rhythm, so he fought himself, found himself a rhythm. He fought off a rhythm, and he would make fighters who had 100 fights and 150 fights look like normal guys. And he's jabbing them, he ducking and slipping. He gets his scorecards,
Mm,
he losing. And it's like, how? And we had the score system back in 2011 in the USA's, and he went in the first day 20 something to 6, or 30 something to 7. The next day, the referees will say something with his Ali guy. He's my last name Aleem, but they always called him Ali because he wore the
yeah.
black and white shorts and he moved like it. And he's not
Man,
punching, he's not engaged. I'm like, he's scoring and making the guy hit, not be hit, and he's doing it
yeah.
by his best. He's throwing 15, 10 punches and moving out, and they're not scoring that. So the next day, the score went 0-0 into the third round, and we just like, as much as punches my brother though, 0 to the third, I'm like, that's ridiculous. And everybody's
Yeah.
around the ring because he'll get the whole crowd going and he'll get everybody involved and he'll start doing his
yeah.
thing and hands down and slipping and ducking and he'll still lose. And it was like, man, he kept doing it. Every time he do the first 2 days, they'll have a discussion about him and then they'll take the points from him or not give him or
Just because they
score him.
don't like it, just because it's different. Like
Yeah.
that's man, just because it's different, man. But
Yep. That's
anyway.
all.
I
But that
wanted to
stuff
get in
used to
this.
fire me. That's
Okay.
why I had to go in there and knock my people out.
Straight up.
Oh, y'all
Straight
didn't
up.
like that? Y'all gonna love this shit, huh?
Yeah.
For sure.
I got a two-sided question real quick.
You got two. Go ahead.
Uh,
D. I mean,
but
make it.
beforehand, since obviously one of the guests had left, can you do me a solid favor real quick? Can you move your camera to landscape real fast to just so they can have a little bit more focus on you?
Turn it sideways, baby.
Turn it sideways if you can.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
All right.
perfect.
So basically, with everything going on as far as what we was talking about with the old school and stuff like that, and you were kind of dissecting and explaining the loss that you had with Satino and things of that nature, and you were telling us like there's just preparation and the training was a lot of reason behind why a lot of things went the other way. But as a pivoting question, let me ask you: out of the almost 30 fights that you have, you're at 28 fights in regards to your record.
Mhm.
Who is that one fighter that you remember that really like you had a particular game plan going in, whether whoever was your coach at the time, but he really took you to the limits where you had to adjust on the fly. You still got the W, but it was like, man, this guy actually, every single time I showed him something, he showed me something. I had to adjust, and it really, made for good boxing because you articulate like that.
I don't feel like too much opponents gave me that. Even with Keyshoff would be my number one on the fact of he had the same heart and desire to win like me.
Yeah.
Going against somebody, I think each opponent, I can feel the eagerness on how much you wanted to win in that fight.
Okay.
And I can tell when a opponent is trying to push more or try to go and secure it. And I always felt like I had it in the bag. But
Sure.
Keyshoff definitely was like, man, I'm trying to take you out
Dog
over
it.
and over. I
Got
just
that
had a
dog in
plan to, slow him down and dissect it. But no matter how much I threw at him, he still was still trying to be there and do what he's known to do. But
Right.
before that one, it was Rojas. I knocked him out in the 6th round, and he was my introduction to my second ESPN fight on TV, and that's when I met Dan Goosen that night. And Dan Goosen jumped up in the corner and he celebrated. He said, "Man, you're gonna be a champion." He said, "That's what the crowd love. You boxed, you bang," because he was the first fighter that introduced me to everything goes in there. Because me coming from the amateurs and boxing, I'm thinking we gonna be on my distance. Referee gonna separate with certain things and be good. He was the one grabbing me, throwing me on the head and everything, and push me. I'm just like, oh, I went from trading to going back to boxing and had to change my game plan because I realized staying here isn't working. And he really made me
Yeah.
get my bad. And the fight was getting close, and Teddy Atlas said it. And I came in the last round, last 50 seconds, threw an overhand right hand at him, and he stood up and turned. And then the referee looked at him and waved it off. And I gave everything I got in that punch. I ain't gonna lie. I said I didn't know what was going on. But I'm like, you walking into this motherfucker. And
Yeah.
when I beat him, it's a picture where we both like this, and his punch is like this short, and I threw mine and
Yeah.
it connected. And when it
That's
connected, man,
crazy.
his
It
response.
remind me when you explained it. It remind me of if I don't know if you are familiar with MMA, but when Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo both punched each other at the same time, Jose's punch kind of slipped, but Conor got the knockout and knocked him
Oh,
out, and it was like, dang.
oh
So
no,
that's
It's
how
now
you
I'm
crazy.
gonna have to
describe
go
it.
check that out now.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
That's
and
wild.
crazy.
the reason why I asked you that question, it was a two-sided question. So obviously you named the guys that kind of brought you to the limit. Now moving forward in regards to what you were saying, you just come off of a really big win. You got the crazy title belt and things of that nature. Man, who is on
He
your
tried that.
radar, bro? Who is on your radar? Who do you want smoke with? Like, who is on your radar 2020 vision? This is who I want.
I like that
I
question
mean,
because
Put
you
a
called
name
out
Me
on
some
it.
too.
Put
names.
a
to be
name on it,
honest,
Manny.
He
Because I
named
know
no.
you
He
ain't
named
ducking
some
no
names.
smoking.
I mean,
He named some.
definitely at 168, number one is Canelo. I'm not going for him. I'm not saying I can't get that right now, but that's definitely the number one spot. He's there. If he's still there around, I need that. I need that number one. Against Canelo. But
Let's get that chicken.
before
I know you
Canelo,
call.
you know
Hey,
what I'm
you
saying?
called
Let's
out
get
in
Belanga.
Billy.
I feel like Belanga went
Berlanga.
to the chosen one. He done took my name. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He
your
done
middle
came from
name
the
too, ain't
same
it?
camp from where I beat Keetroff, the same trainers. And I think that they probably took the chosen one and added on to him. So I'm like, no, let me get that back.
That's
Yeah,
Let me
your
yeah,
get
real
that
name
yeah.
back.
though, ain't it? Your middle name Mustafa, ain't it?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
your real name is. See, that's your real name. Yeah, y'all gotta
Can't
Yeah,
add
nobody
that.
man.
take that away from you regardless.
Yeah, so the Belonga definitely was a good one because I knew when he fought Damon, the first time. I should have bet on it. 'Cause I said, but Damon's gonna go the distance the first time because he was knocking everybody out. And I just knew it from Styles and watching boxing. I said, Damon gonna last. He's one of them guys that would last a fight with a guy like that. Even though he got dropped
Yeah.
3 times, I knew he was gonna make the distance. So that happened. So Belonga is one. I like Shiraz. They're Carlos Adames is a great fight. Yorosani Laura is a great fight. And then Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, me and him have old history. If they come down on a good fight, I think me and Caleb Plant would be the best because back in 2016, before the Damon, me and him had a back and forth on Instagram. My manager, I don't know how that happened. He was talking about matching up a fight with me. He said something on Fight Hype at the time saying that he wanted to fight me in August because he said me and Aleem are undefeated and the same on paper, but we're not the same skilled in the ring. So I'm like, hey, we're not the same
He
skill. I
talking
don't know what you're
crazy.
looking at.
Did he just fight somebody?
Yeah, he just fought
Armando
Armando.
Resendez. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it right here.
yeah,
Armando
yeah.
Resendez. Yeah.
So at that time, he went and became world champion at 68, and the competition, I ain't gonna say too much. 68 was there. He became champion, and I was there fighting at 60. I was looking for Triple G. Triple G was the name we coming at. But Keetroff was next to fight Triple G. We was looking at us getting that next one or whatever. So that
Yeah.
was one of my projection at that time. But right now, like I said, at 68, Belonga, Shiraz, any of the guys in the top 15 leading up to Canelo, and definitely, Caleb. We can definitely run that.
That's right.
Piggybacking off of that, how difficult is to actually make those type of fights? Because like,
Mm.
you know, I know you had talked about earlier how some fights we talked about stuff falling through. Like how difficult is that, and what goes into it really?
I think a fight is really simple to make. The difficulty is whoever's negotiating the bullshit. That's just what it is. It's like me and you. If we want to fight right now, you agree, I agree. That's how simple the
Mm.
fight
Whoop
be.
him.
But the difference
Oh yeah.
is that middleman coming in. Hold up, hold up. We
Oh,
don't
no
know if we want to
smoke.
lose this right now. We don't know if we want to win this
Yeah,
right now. So that's the give or take. We don't know who the middleman is between that. Even with me trying to find the right person that will give me the biggest fight, we need that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So at my point, me is not having the middleman that everybody else had, or the bigger guys to give me a fight. Cause I see people who don't even be as credible get certain fights. Not saying with who's that other guy, Jaime Munguia, 40 some
Yeah.
fights, but he's built with
I was
Golden Boy,
listening.
and he
I
gets a
had that
big
name
fight.
for you. I had that name for you. I was gonna
Yeah,
ask you
I
about
mean,
it.
40
What you was about
fights,
to
and
say? Go ahead.
they didn't fight the fights I fought in 28 fights, but they get the opportunities. But it's all about who they have behind them speaking for them.
What up? So look, man, it's bringing up Mungia. I was gonna bring up a guy. There's a guy on here. His name is Bruno Suarez. I can't
The
maybe
one
say
that
it's
beat
a
him.
French.
Yeah,
Yeah. He is top 15 in the 168 and in 160. What about him? Would you be willing to fight a guy like him? That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
he's still a top guy. But I thought just because he fought Mungia, you know what I mean? Like if you go out there and you whoop him, that will put at least a lot more rank. Because
yeah,
then on top of that, that's a guy you also said that you actually spar with, the Polish guy, Saliski.
yeah.
If I
Zaleski. Yeah,
Zaleski, right? He just fought in Billy. And he was number third, and Billy was number 2, and he 37. I thought he fought in Billy maybe 2 months ago. And it wasn't too long ago.
yeah,
So if he
yeah.
gets Billy, I don't see why you couldn't get a
And
Caleb Plant.
these guys be off for a few years. I don't know how they come back and get these
Yeah,
fights and this and that, but they know who to call. They know who not to call, and they know who not to call when it comes to me because they know I tank the ship. So
you know what? I think that's another part I was gonna say. I think you tanked the ship when you fought what's his name, Katrov.
Keetroff, yeah,
I think they tried to set you to be a gatekeeper. I think they was trying to make you a gatekeeper to try to propel him. And since you whooped them, when you threw that wrench in there, they was like, man, we ain't fuck.
yeah,
They were like,
yeah.
man, fuck.
Like I said, it's the business part of where my manager
Yeah,
and people at the time don't know what they had in deal. I could have been, because I felt like I was being pushed like a B side. I always trained like I was. I know for a fighter like me, I should have been pushed like an A side. I think I was in the
yeah,
same position how Boots was coming up, where I was this
yeah,
guy moving up in PBC, coming up in rankings, but I didn't get the push behind me like that. So I don't know why, and I think he rather we took tougher fights, which I didn't understand. Not saying I'm not a fighter who don't care about the opponent. I like competition. So I look forward, like I'm
right.
old school. I want to fight the best guy. That's what give me my strikes. That's what give me my edge on me being a better fighter,
Motivation.
knowing I competed with
Mhm.
these people
No
and last. So
question.
every
yeah,
name you name that's better than me at this time, I want all of them because I need them on my resume. I need them to, stack up
yeah.
against me to say, hey, I came a long way. Look who I beat. Look who I defeated. So that means a lot to
So
me. So,
Does that
not knowing them B-side situation where it felt like, okay, you got to fight this guy. This guy might be having all this edge, and we're gonna use you to whatever. It's like I don't know. I guess with people who's not into boxing all the way and see it as a fighter, they don't see it the same way. So they
yeah.
might look at the money side, and it's fair. It's not all fair if you never been into a sport and you look at the boxing as a sport and you're like, oh, okay, I can make this from that. But then there's people who actually are groomed into this, and there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you groomed into it, and you go from levels to levels. Them people who just come in and just speak on it, it's different. It
Right.
means more. Because every move
Different
you
level of
do, whether you're
respect.
on this team or that team or this train, all that means something versus just, hey, get this guy over here, do this over here, fight over here, make this money. But that's how it's quick in their lives. That's the difference I've seen over years. The ones who step in and the ones who've been there for years, they just understand the day to day, the grind, the feeling of the sport versus the people who come in, hey, I just want to make some money real fast.
That's a
But
fact.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Listening to
Oh,
that though, what eliminates all of that is what's happening now. The bigger purses is eliminating the confusion, right? Because it's to the point where if there's two different promoters and they're like kind of like tap dancing, where like, man, we don't want this guy to catch an L. This is too early. He only got 15 fights, but he's gonna be our top prospect for our particular promotion program, and we don't want him to fight Manny because we know that Manny is gonna whoop him. So we're gonna try to tap dance as much as possible and make up all these excuses. But then when somebody comes with bigger purses like that, it eliminates all the confusion because now you got to bang. Because you want the big purse, you already wanted to fight them on the original purse. Now they got
Yeah.
a different number. Now it's like, hey, I'm here. All you gotta do is sign the contract, and we get it done.
They don't know about the promoters and manager egos, man. That's why the sport, I
yeah.
feel like they got to put them on blast more because the fighters, the egos, the fighter's going to be a Broner type.
They're supposed to be.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they're going to be a Floyd type. They're going to be anybody who's going to speak on for themselves. But then the managers and the promoters, they don't get that, scrutiny for that. They got egos too. They don't want to lose. They don't want to get their money lost and they don't want to deal with certain people. So that's what messes up a lot of these fights and stuff don't happen. It's just like labels and music. Like you don't mess with Rock
Yeah.
Nation, you don't mess with this
Right.
person. And
Right.
it's like
That's a fact.
it
Yeah.
hinders
It's
the
Birdman, them. What's
athlete.
that? 500 degrees. What's
yeah,
Cash
it's the
Money? I'm thinking
politics.
Cash Money.
It's the
Hold on, bro.
politics.
500 degrees. I'm old, ain't it? That's my old shit. 500 degrees. Hold on, real
And
quick.
I
it
You
know.
said
hurts
so.
the fighter, man. The
Man,
fighters just want to fight. It's easy. Like I said, it's easy. We say fight, we fight. But if stuff ain't there, then we trying to figure out, man, it used to be easy to get a fight. Now it's hard. It take you months,
yeah.
6 months, 8 months, a
No,
year just
because
to get
that's a
around.
good point. I got two questions after talking to you, man. First, going back to you saying about fighting in the A and B side, does that really make a big difference going into the fight and in the ring? Because I remember in one of your fights, you said that you hit the guy, but you slipped. It looked like you maybe slipped. You took a false step and you slipped, and he got on you, and you was like, hold on, I'm still winning. And you had to go, you know what I mean, to throw some
That was the
punches
key
just to get out of the. Yeah, okay. So does that really matter a lot going into the fight? Like how you prep for a fight or just how the referees and analysts call the fight? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
how
think
much of a
fighters
difference is big? Yeah.
don't necessarily all know or understand that because fighters are fighters and sometimes like I said the trainer manager might not speak on it but there is a and B side and I never cared about it. I never focused on it because fighter is fighter versus fighter. I'm beating him. But then
Right.
on the business end, the A side is that red corner. Whatever that come out that red corner is the one you feel like who's gonna win. That's the one they put the
Okay.
money behind. That's why he's in the red and the blue is the
Okay.
contending side. So that's actually something that happens. And you look at boxing cards, you see the red side 9 times out of 10 that red side is supposed to win. That's the side that you think has an advantage. And then having that with Keytroff, knowing that this is a person. I'm from New York, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he's representing New York. He's Olympian. He's this and that. So I'm going into his backyard, and basically, I still said it was my backyard, but I went to his backyard and had this.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to win convincingly. You can't think
Yeah.
like you're gonna go out there and get a decision and this and that. But it's a lot of pressure for a fighter because you look at Shakur. Shakur don't care. Shakur will go on your B side. Shakur's the type of fighter I'm gonna box my way and it's gonna work and I'm gonna make you look bad. But at the same time, a lot of fighters don't have that same setup like him. A lot of
Yeah.
fighters aren't as comfortable as him and have people around him to be in that situation. So they gotta think it's go for broke. This is
True.
my one chance to show the world who I am, and I got to go against the B side to let them know. It's almost like being in the G League. That's how it looked, and I feel like how could I look like a G League fighter at 17-0? That's what didn't make sense to me.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick, man. Your camera just flipped. Your camera flipped for
Yeah, I
some
don't
reason.
even
Somebody
know how
call
I
you?
did that.
It just you was just talking and it just flipped.
And it be doing it right when you in the middle of
You
some
be
good
cooking,
shit.
man, and I
You
don't be
be
wanting to
You
cut
be
cooking.
you
cooking and
off.
somebody call you and everything.
That shit
Yeah,
flip.
There it is.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
We trying to get
hey,
you
man,
right.
he go. You back right. It's back right now.
All right.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, Manny. I got a lot of questions, but this one specifically because you was talking about the money and the business and stuff, man. And I wanted to ask you, not being at where you are now, how important is it to know the business side as the boxing talent versus delegating that work? Because the second part of that question I was gonna ask you, oh, he might have froze up. There he is.
You trying to get the camera right.
Yeah, get your camera right. Get your camera right, man. But yeah, he be cooking up, boy.
He do be cooking,
Yeah.
He
dog.
be cooking
He,
up,
he,
boy.
he need to put that joint on D&D for a second.
He can't even hear. He probably can't even hear us. Look, then we got Red in the background. Red in the background down here twirling some chains or some shit in under stage.
What?
he at work. He at work.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man.
Oh, there we go. There we
All
go.
right.
You good? You good, man? We good.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I can edit all this out, bro. We ain't tripping at all. I ain't tripping one bit. There you go. Can you hear us? You might can't hear us.
Yo,
Yo.
There you go.
Bet.
Camera went out. Back.
We
Can
back.
you hear us?
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
There you go. Are you good? No, look. So what I was saying, Manny, how important is it as the boxing talent? Is it to know the business side of things versus like delegating that work? Because I was wondering, I was gonna ask you, would you have done things like knowing what you know now? Would you have done anything different back between that 2017 to 22 era in your boxing career? You know what I mean? So how is it really important for you to know it, or at least just have somebody that you trust to know it? You know what I mean?
It's both. I think hand in hand, and if you have one or the other, it does help you get further in the sport because
Mm.
we came in the sport and it could be just a route I had to go through for because my nephew was 6-time national champ. I didn't
Mhm.
become a national because I could say that my era was a little harder because we had less tournaments, we had more competition, we had more things we had to go through like the states, the regionals. Before we got to national, we was fighting DC. DC was
Yeah.
winning nationals almost every year, so you fighting the number one guy already off the regional. So you just get
Dang.
breaking out. You make it out that you basically gonna win the national. So
Yeah.
my nephew got to get you know, the accomplishments of having the nationals. But for us, it was like a first time for us. Like our dad, you know, taking loans out of the car and selling the titles for us to get to a USA national, and I get top three or
That's
top
tough.
two. It meant different, for us
Tough.
to
Facts.
to sacrifice and get there. So my
Mm-hmm.
tournaments off a little bit of fights was like, no, this is it. You know what I'm saying? That was every time I went. And I seen these guys went 7 to 8 times. This only my second, my first and second. So I'm treating this first and second like this the
Yeah.
world championship. So
Mm-hmm. Goddamn
as you
right. You
should.
goddamn
it
right.
definitely meant
Hey, that's a
more
fact.
for us learning because we didn't have a world championship. We went against fighters who had, let's say Floyd's in the gym or Lamont Peterson's around and other pros to see. I didn't have that. So everything us going to, I had to be the example. I had to go out there and be a national fighter and come back and represent a national fighter, be a championship, come back and represent champ. I didn't have that side by side. So it made me work harder,
Yeah,
especially
man.
seeing what it was for them to be that. And it's like, man, I don't got that here, but I have to become that for us to get
Yeah.
that. And we
You
didn't
really
have
had
the
to get it out the
people.
mud. Yeah.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
really had to
That's
get it out
pretty
the
much
mud.
our story. Out the mud, my
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
learning, and the whole time my dad was learning as a coach. The whole time we was winning as a fighter. So our journey was too different because my dad was watching us be trained by other people until he came
Right.
in to actually help us. But then he's still coaching and we're still fighting. Then I went on with my journey, my manager. He's still coaching and fighting. My nephew become national champ 6 times and all this. And then
Shout
I'm
out to my
still
nephew.
whatever. And I come back and my dad, we both had the same experience because my dad been coaching the whole time since
Mhm.
2005. So he's been learning and building and gaining from experience and trainers and this and that. So it's just man, that's
It's
made
a
it happen.
cohesive.
But
It went together, man. That's what's up.
who'd have
Yeah,
known
man.
if you'd
Shout
have
out
had somebody with us from day one? It could have been. Did have Eddie
to
Cook around at one point with my dad. He was a former WBA champion. He helped out a lot of us in the amateur, showing us a few things. But we never had like that consistent
Yeah.
development, and we just took it upon ourselves to train more and took it. So if we did have had more experience or people around, it definitely made a difference. So we just had to go, like I said, trial and error, get out the mud. come out with the best results. And we came out with something like Denzel. I'm leaving here with something.
Hey, you
Bro,
good, bro. Listen, I see it on your shoulder. There it is, right
I'm
there.
leaving here with
What you
bro,
something.
mean?
yeah, it's all a learning. It's all a learning process, especially when you doing it with your pops and y'all don't really know all the ins and outs of it. So you kind of just going at it how you going at it. I mean, I know I can speak for me and EJ. We played ball and coming up, especially back in our era, it wasn't a lot of AAU at that time. So you trying to, you might not even have an AAU program in your city at that
Yeah,
point. So you having to go somewhere else, but you don't even know how to go about doing that. You're not getting noticed because you're not even in the right place. You
yeah,
see what I'm saying? So I can relate to you, and I know he can too, when it's like you just kind of, and your parent don't really know what to do either. So you just kind of just going out there and you doing stuff. And like you said, it's trial and error. And you just,
Hey,
you take
hey,
the
Dirk.
field to
Manny
sleep.
say he can hoop too, man. Manny say he can hoop a
you
little
can
Yeah,
bit,
hoop.
man.
balling was my number one, man. That was my favorite thing. Balling, I would say.
I peeped, he said his sister hoop, brother
Hoop,
hoop.
yeah, we
So
It's
might
a
have to
yeah,
go
it's
little
in
see
deep
him
him.
for
about
me
that.
telling
Yeah,
y'all
we
because
got.
y'all the
Hey,
first
we
ones
right
to
down
know
the
how
street.
I
We gotta
look
come
at
see
this.
about you.
So the
Yeah,
first
we
step,
might
the
have
way
to.
I look at boxing, I look at it like from basketball. So I cross because I played ball. I played ball before I went to the gym, through
Yeah.
school, through the neighborhood. So it was always a part of my athleticism. So I think that's what helped a big part of my sport is me being able to play basketball. And basketball, you got to be a point guard. I was short, so I had to read the court. I got to read the
Yes.
field. I got to do
For
drills.
sure.
I got to make sure my feet straight. I got to hit layups and stuff. So I look at boxing. Boxing coming into the sport didn't have that same structure the way we came up. It didn't come
Yeah,
in as you working on your layups like your jab. You didn't do this and
yeah,
that.
I
But I
already
did
told
with
you.
fundamentals. Well, you know, fundamentals with basketball, that's how you start as a kid. So I'm looking at
Yeah.
boxing. My dad came up with fundamentals, but a lot of gyms didn't teach that. They taught you how to put your
Mm.
hands up. They taught you how whatever. They didn't show you how to, do it like the basketball. They didn't show you like the football. You got to do this every day, the same thing. And that's how what made
Yes.
me better as a fighter, knowing that I compare myself. When I do basketball, I'm doing this all day. I'm over here like Kobe, Allen Iverson. I'm shadow boxing on the court. I'm doing the same move. But in
Yeah.
boxing, you kind of just go in there 2 hours. You might train, you might spar. A lot of people just spar. They spar and get in fights, and that's it. And that's how they get better. Spar all day. After they learn their hands up and they just train, now they just sparring, but they never get better. I'm a person. I just try to get better, like balling. Like, hey, you lose this court. Me and my boy, we play 7 games every time. We get off the court, man. We gotta go best of 7. And that's just how I am because we trying to get better every day. And if I have to bust you
What you
Yeah.
7,
talking
man,
about?
I'm
He
gonna do
hoop,
it
man.
next week. I'm gonna do it
I'm trying to
tomorrow.
see what you like, man. I'll be up in Richmond this Saturday, man. What you trying
Oh,
to do?
right,
I'm
yeah,
trying
shoot,
to
let's
hoop.
get it. Let's
I'm,
get it. Right. As soon as you pull up, you can throw the ball at you.
I'm
We ain't,
trying
we
to hoop.
ain't trying to
And
warm
that,
up.
hey, listen, that's tough, bro. I want to see that.
I want to ask you this, man, because I know you say you work on pretty much everything, but I think you got a nice left hook. I wanted to ask you who got a nicer left
and,
hook, you or Ryan Garcia, man? Who you got, man?
and
You
David,
first,
I
Ryan
would say
Garcia.
me. I would say me, man.
You
Ryan's
better.
pretty
You
nice
got
though. I
to.
ain't gonna lie. His natural timing on it. I think my brother has a better hook than me, but he hurt
Mhm.
his arm in the amateurs at one point, and then in the pros when he was coming up. But his
Yeah,
left hook remind me of Ryan because Ryan's is just it's just off of instinct. It's
It's
just snap.
mean.
It
Yeah,
just boom,
it's clean.
boom. It's explosive. It's just. But
yeah.
Yeah.
mine's a little more ferocious because I came from Joe Frazier, so mine's is more of an attacking hook. I can have an attacking hook or a defending hook. Ryan's is kind of like a counter. His is a counter hook where he'll just pull that in between when he's pulling back. But I never see him go forward with it. I never see him really go in with the hook unless you're
I
going
see.
in with a body shot. So I'm more of a I'll dip in and run with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like when you throw a left hook to his stomach, you'll hit a nigga right here in the spleen, and then you oh, pow, pow, God, no, you
Yeah.
hit one
That.
dude in the spleen and he flipped in the corner. What was dude name? He rolled in the
Oh
corner. You
man.
hit him. You hit I think Martinez or something. He hit him in the boom. That nigga said
Oh yeah.
he done
I
rolled
remember
all the way back to the corner, fell on the ground. It was bad.
Yo.
That
That body shot be looking like
that's
it
what B Hop.
hurt,
B Hop
boy. When
said, "You ever
it.
been hitting the spleen?" That's what B Hop said. You ever been hitting the spleen?
Oh
Nah, that's
yeah. Oh, you mean Hernandez when he rolled over and I hit him with the
Hernandez.
body?
That's who it was. Who
Hernandez,
did the
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
tumble roll?
It's
But
so
yeah.
crazy.
go ahead,
It's
Ted.
so crazy that you explaining it like that, bro. When we pull up to you in Richmond, bro, I want to do one of them little dumbass beat the dummies and shit that go
Uh-huh.
like this, and you come through and hit me like
Tripping.
20% just so
Oh,
I
you
can kind of like,
tripping?
hey, listen, hey, don't
I
kill
need
me,
that
dog. Hey,
pad.
listen,
I
don't
don't need
kill me,
nothing.
dog. But I
Bet.
just want to be like, yeah, yo, 20%, boom, and then
Hey,
I just want to see
hey,
like what it feel like in the trenches.
Okay, I
What I
got you.
said, Daddy, don't do it to me. I don't want no smoke.
I gotta have that pad on like that dude be
Yeah,
that
I'm
Mike
gonna have the
Tyson hit him.
little package,
Yeah.
the whole bodysuit, John. I'm not
Can I
going in
wear
there
can
just
I
a
wear my
t-shirt
tens
and
or do I have to do
nah.
bare hands?
Huh?
You think can he
Can I wear my 10 ounces or do I have to do bare hands?
Oh, you definitely putting gloves on, brother.
he's saying it's gonna be worse with the gloves,
It's
ain't
gonna be
it?
worse with the gloves.
You want
That's
10
what
ounces
made
or 16 ounces? Let me know what ounce you want.
Man,
He want
hey,
20.
listen. We wanted. I just want to be able to, because we covered a lot of boxing, and it's so crazy because we went from a heavyweight and then we went to you with a super middleweight and things of that nature. So, like I said, I've never been in the trenches in regards to boxing, but like I said, when I see somebody just get dropped off a body shot,
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
saying that I don't sleep on it, but like I'm kind of like, damn,
He don't
bro.
believe, man. He don't believe. Hit his
Ain't
ass,
no
man.
lie.
He a
But
Them
listen,
body
man.
hey, look,
shots,
I only
Real
said
man.
Mind his
20%,
shit.
man. I only
them
said
body
20%.
shots mean
Nah, hit his ass.
that's all I might need to give you is 20.
Ain't no 20.
Yeah,
Hit a nigga
yeah.
80. Give
But
him 80, man. And fuck that
Man,
20.
we
Hit
had
hey,
to
his
listen,
That
ass.
pick
hold
body
on,
Ted.
shot
We
bro.
mean
had
the
to pick
difference,
Ted
man. You
ass
when
up off the
Vidal hit me, I
curb.
was like, that was the first one I could admit I was
Yeah.
almost about to take a knee. I never
Who
almost
was it?
took a
Who
knee
was
in
it
a
that hit you,
Who
fight.
Eddie?
was it?
Who was it?
Vidal.
Okay.
Vidal. When Vidal hit me with the body, and it wasn't so much him hitting me one time. If you look at that fight, I blocked that punch probably like for 4 rounds. I kept blocking. But the one time I leaned over and I left it open and he hit it clean, my whole body like balled up, and I was like, "Oh my
Ooh.
fucking god, back up, back up, back up!"
Hey, but that's
Hey,
what's
so wait.
crazy about
I
it
ain't gonna
because
lie,
when
in my mind in that moment it froze. It was like, bro, I could take a knee on this, but I was like, nope, nope, nope.
What
I told myself, don't do it.
what do it feel like your body just like what does that feel like, man? Because
Which
I
they
ain't
one?
be
never
Which
look, I'm
looking
one?
gonna
really
tell
like,
had
you, son.
nobody really hit me
I'm gonna tell you.
that precise,
yeah,
and his power was okay because he was a young guy. I would say he was strong, but he wasn't strong to the point of I was feared. It was kind of like, okay, he
yeah,
got some thump behind his shots, but I never like panic with power because I've been fighting grown people for a long time and I feel like I'm strong. So even though he's
yeah,
strong, I feel like my power is good as well. But the way he was throwing it, and it was like, okay, he got a little pop to it, but the way it hit me, it kind of like it was a delay. It was a delay. I knew it happened, but everything kind of crashed. It started crashing in
Mm-mm.
on that in that spot, and
Body
I'm
was like,
just like,
alert, alert.
ah.
We just said, listen to your body. Alert, alert. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that
yeah.
shit was like
Get up out of
getting
there.
kicked in
But
the nuts, man. It
it's
was like,
crazy hearing
ah,
it.
fuck.
There you go, like getting kicked in the nut. That's a fact. I could know the dude when you hit a old boy. What was it, Hernandez? You was
Yeah,
182. You fought him a little heavier
yeah,
when you
yeah.
hit him. I
See
remember
that
that.
that that is a story. Like I'm giving you all the stories behind because me
Go ahead,
coming
go
from the
ahead.
Charlos camp and I was working with Jamel for Canelo. So the Canelo fight just happened. I had a choice to go back home and train for 2 weeks or go to Vegas. So I chose Vegas. You know, this is Canelo, this is Charlo, and I said, you know, I'm not gonna pass that up. And of
As a
course, I should have
Yeah,
boxer, you
focused on
gotta
my
go.
career, but I
Yeah,
wanted to, you know, this was something I couldn't have never, you know, missed out on. I
right.
assisted him helping with Canelo all these weeks, and then going to the last 2 weeks to go up there. I said, yeah, I'll go there and watch for the last. And I wasn't on weight yet. I was probably 190 something, and I came back trying to push, and I did it too late, and I almost, you know, could have hurt myself. I did the best I could, and I didn't make the weight, but I chucked that up to not respecting the sport as good as I should have. But it was me taking a gamble on trying to, you know, be a part of the moment of history and seeing that for
Yeah,
myself because I never got to be part of a championship camp like that. When I look up in this gym and I see him and Canelo on the poster, I'm like, damn, I'm really helping him prepare for Canelo. I grew up watching
yeah. It's
Floyd. I
crazy.
grew up watching Roy Jones. So to me, it meant a lot for my first introduction. And they probably never knew that for how it was affecting me. But then, you know,
yeah.
I seen that as a big opportunity. So I chose that and I came back and I didn't make the 175 we supposed to make. But I was like, should I try? I came in 182. That was the best I could. I was man, I was
Oh, they still
upset,
let
but
you
that was
fight
a
it? Or you
pill I
just
had to
was it a
swallow.
fine? Was it a fine or something? Did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
it
fight?
was mine. They
It
gave him a
was
little
just a
extra
fine.
for it,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it
Okay.
was worth it on his end and my end because health wise, I did the best I could. My brother's like, yeah, that's it. I ain't had much left at that point because I spent a lot trying to push in 2 weeks, and that was the best. I was like, hey, I took my embarrassment on it. I swallowed my pill. I'm good on the scale. It is what it is.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
ain't mad at. Hey, I got 3 more questions. Y'all got anything? Or
I
y'all want
got
me to
one
go?
question,
Go.
but you go ahead though.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
No,
I
I
go.
ain't
don't
been
want to
waiting, man.
listen.
I'm here.
You want me to go? Okay. All right. First question. Who are your top 5 pound for pound boxers right now in the game? Not you. You can't count yourself. If you had to get
I'm trying
5
to
boxers,
get top 5, man. They gotta put my name in there.
hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I want you to be. Shit, I'm rooting for you, goddamn it. I'm on
Yeah, I
your side.
appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
But yeah,
Top
top five
five
people
right
that you
now?
in the game right now. What no matter what weight class, no matter. Because
I'm
I'm
gonna
thinking
start
one
with
name we all got.
number one to me right now. It would have to be Usyk.
Okay, because that's why I was going. That's why I was waiting on. I was like, it gotta be. I think we all
Usyk
got
is
him.
Bad.
Usyk is a bad dude,
Bad
and he's so
boy.
casual with it. He's just he don't have too much of the facade of flamboyance. He's just such a uh he's just a stud, man.
He
He's just a
just
stud right
stud,
there.
bruh. He's a
Yeah,
stud, bruh.
You
no
know, they
matter
was
who
trying
he
to say
go
he was
against.
better than Ali. Y'all know that? Have y'all seen that?
You
Who
say
said
he's better
that?
than Ali?
They was trying to say he better than Ali, man. Usyk. They say right now, I don't know what I think. He
I don't think
24
nobody
though.
could be
Prison.
better than Ali at the time he fought though, because Ali
Yeah, we prisoner in the
revolutionized
moment.
a
Prisoner in
whole
the moment.
generation of
Ali was
fighters.
fighting too many people,
Come
bro.
on, man. He was fighting
He
too
was
many
fighting
great guys,
Foreman. He
man.
was. It was.
We good,
Yeah,
He was
man.
fighting
yeah.
heavyweights. Like
Yeah,
Usyk got
we
him fighting.
good.
Usyk running out of people, but I'm just saying this to Twitter. This ain't me.
And them people
So,
ain't those people, so we good.
Yeah,
We
Usyk like a
good,
right,
hybrid,
man.
man. He's a hybrid. He can fight in and out. He can fight rangy. He can fight close. He's
that's
real.
what Mayhem was telling
He's
us. He was
real.
saying he
Like
fight
he's
like a
not
cruiserweight.
too stylish. He's just like right in the middle of everything. He got a balance. He a balanced fighter. Really
Yeah,
balanced.
yeah.
He
That's a
reminds
fact.
you like a Holyfield in a way, like a better version. I would say he a better
Mm.
Holyfield.
You think
Yeah,
he? Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's saying a
That's high
lot.
Yeah,
praise.
you hear him. You hear him.
That's saying
The
a lot.
next
It's
one
high
would have to be
praise.
Crawford. I would say it would be
Okay.
Usyk,
Okay.
Crawford, in a way.
Okay.
That would
Okay.
be my top three. In the next two, shoot. Cause I don't want to sleep on nobody other than these two. Cause it's like a little mix.
What about Bivol? Will he be in there?
Who?
Bivol better be Bivol.
Bivol. Bivol.
Tank not getting no love.
Bivol would be about 6 to me.
6. What about Bam? Rodriguez, Jesse.
He's up there too. I'll give him about 7.
Okay.
Tank not in there.
Oh, it's Shakur.
Tank,
That's why it's
Shakur,
arguable for that fourth and fifth. That's
Canelo.
what I'm just like.
Shakur and Tank. For Shakur and Tank. Canelo too. We ain't showing the love to Canelo right now. We got beef with 168. We ain't fucking
Yeah,
with
yeah, 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 yeah,
We
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
stay
We'll
away
leave
from
him
that.
out.
That's why I said
Hey, but this
Tank.
fifth pick matters though, right here, man.
He
Who
said-
you got?
He
So if
said,
I
We
he
give
said
ain't,
fourth,
we
Tank.
I give
ain't,
Tank the fourth because Tank is definitely a pound for pound. No matter what, you
yeah, we
get him
gotta.
out of there. But the fifth,
Yeah, it's tough at 5.
dang, that fifth is so.
It get muddy.
It would have to be Shakur. I had to give him that.
I
No,
love Shakur. I
nobody
don't
beating
think he's a
Shakur
boring
on
fighter.
skill for
I don't think
skill.
Shakur's boring.
What he going for? Like he's still undefeated. He been a long reign Olympian. It's hard to say no to him. So he deserved
Yeah,
that. He
yeah,
deserved
we
he
Okay.
love
deserved to be in
Shakur.
at least considered in the top 5.
I just looked at the list that the ring got. So they got pretty much Usyk at 1, NY at 2, Crawford at 3, Bivol at 4, Beterbiev at 5, Rodriguez at 6, Junto, I can't say
Better
his
beat
last
is
name.
nice too.
Beterbiev 9.
Yeah,
Then Canelo at 8, Shakur at 9, and then Benavidez at 10. They
I
got
think they
Benavidez.
robbing Canelo being at 8 though. That's kind of
Yeah.
wild. He
Yeah,
deserved to
that's
be a top 5.
wild. That's
that is
wild.
kind of low.
He deserved to be a top 5. I mean, dude been fighting champions since he fought Laura, Floyd, Trout, like
And
Triple
65.
G.
He's
Toto.
Yeah,
65
He
fights.
only
Floyd.
lost 2 of them. He
yeah,
only
he
lost.
lost like
Five
He
2
lost
fights.
to
fights. Like
Floyd and Bivol, bro. Like
I'm gonna say
Like
this
if
first.
that's
This
the
might
people
be
that
the
you
first
lost
fucking
to,
year that I feel like if me and Canelo get a fight, it will be the reincarnation of Chavez versus Mildred Taylor. That will be us, me and
That's
Canelo.
what you think that
Ooh,
would look
that's
like.
fire.
That's how it's
I
gonna
like
look like.
Chavez. I
He
like
we
gonna
got
Chavez.
to
have
get
over
there, man.
70 some fights, and I'm gonna be that guy putting combinations on
What's
his
it?
guys.
Well, since we're talking about it, who you got? Canelo versus Bud. Who gonna win that?
Ooh-wee.
I like how
I'm gonna
you
say
paused.
honestly, I'm gonna say this here first. I never really had personally, no disrespectfully, not respectfully gave Bud his flowers on his career. Just because of a fighter, I never really noticed him as much when I was fighting. they didn't project him as much. I didn't see him in the radar. I didn't hear about him as much until he moved up to 47. So at that time, I was already PBC, Earl Spence, and these guys. So when I heard Bud, I kind of didn't think of him as much, him winning 35, 40, 47. But then looking at his story, me and him have almost a similar story. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy for him fighting so much to get seen and be heard and do what he did. And now he's fighting Canelo. And I'm like, damn, Canelo's a big pill. I think Canelo has that time and experience. He can, offset. But then Bud is Bud. And his off of his confidence, his skill when he's done, I don't look at him moving up. I look at him based off of this is just skill, who he is as a person. He has everything to offset Canelo. I just don't know if it's enough yet. Maybe I'm gonna go with Bud on this one. I've been saying Canelo might have too much experience. He might have that timing, might be the con thing, but I've seen Canelo decline. I've seen Canelo not. He say he have injuries. He say he have this, but he might turn it up for Crawford. But I just he's banking on that his one shot. He's banking on his experience, and I don't know if Canelo is gonna fulfill that now later. Because I noticed he's not on the gas like he used to. He used to pick the gas up a little bit.
We were just talking about that before you came on. No,
I feel like Crawford gonna be so turned up for this.
That fight is next month.
I just hope he don't get too turned up. I don't know his experience of it. I just rather him be as what he is a collector. But if Crawford tries to go for the kill too much, I don't see you gonna walk into something. I just hope we don't get timed by something.
That him and Earl fight was. Oh, it might not be as big, but it was close. Like we was anticipating that, and I think he came out with Eminem. Like if he ain't get too high with all of that, I think he gonna be fine.
He was talking crazy.
I got called to assist for that fight too the first time, and I didn't go to the help the Earl team on the first one because the fight didn't even happen yet. I think the first time they had talks. It didn't happen for another 8 or 9 months. And I was like, man, I'm glad I did. I would have been out there sitting for the whole time.
Because Charlo and them, are they in the same gym? Or they were in the same gym?
It was at one point.
They just trained with the same trainer. It was
Derek same trainer. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know. Derek goes to them or they meet at the same place.
I think I just saw him training somebody. I don't remember what fight it was. I just saw, but he was training somebody else.
Yeah, Derek been training a few people lately.
You got your third question, E, or can I double down on what you was already talking about?
Go ahead, do it. My third question off.
All right, so bet. So I'm listening to the top 5. I'm listening to your opinion on this mega fight that's coming up next month. Let me ask you a question. What would be Manny's dream fight, dead, alive, or retired? Who do you want when you were at your best version of you at any particular weight class? Who would your dream fight be if things could go the way that you want, realistically?
It would have been Triple G.
Ooh. Golovkin? You wanted Golovkin?
Me and Triple G would have been a great fight. And for a guy who's winning 16 knockouts, and they don't give him even credit to now. Even with Canelo could have hurt him or drop him, and he was walking through. He arguably won that first fight. I look at Triple G won it, and this me looking at the business of boxing. I feel like a lot of stuff was staged because when what fight was it when Canelo won, and then they had Triple G walk out and they announced the fight and everything. I'm like, this was already kind of preordained for this stuff to happen, and I think the Triple G they was trying to exit him from being in the scene because he was winning a lot. Yeah. And all of a sudden, them 2 draws, and he fell out the scene. I said, this dude was 16 straight KOs, and the best people couldn't even handle him. And I see why, because he stays in shape. He stays at his weight, and he work on his strength. It's hard for people training, coming down 20, 30 pounds, and a dude just sitting there. And I feel like that with Damon. I was already in shape and being where I'm at, and I see Damon at the weigh-ins, he didn't look as strong. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm 68. I come from 60, so 68 is like me walking around like this. And I seen that it makes a difference. I felt comfortable. I didn't feel weak. And I could see he probably felt weaker as the fight went on. I could see why Triple G was always strong. Triple G don't gain up and blow up like that. He stays compact. He stays where he's at. Yeah. And he's arguably one of the best middleweights that they don't want to really say. And Canelo was his only loss, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the follow-up question is: so when you fight primetime Manny, primetime Triple G, who winning?
Oh, definitely me for sure.
Okay, then. That's all I wanted. I wanted to just check your temperature. That's all.
He gonna pick him.
The only fight that I would definitely feel like
I would be remiss.
The most challenge would be Crawford. I feel like me and Crawford, would have been a collision course randomly out the blue. When I was noticing, looking at the game, I said, this dude came from 40, 47, moving up. Now he at 68 to fight Canelo. I said, what's the odds of me and him meeting and knowing that I can go down to 54, 60, or 60, 68? It's like, dang, I never would have seen that collision course, but he's one of the best right now. And I'm aiming to be one of the best. And he like somebody who's trying to fight. Who else better to fight than somebody like me? And I'm like, me, a Lean Crawford fight? I'm like, the only thing with Crawford, that motherfucker in shape. That motherfucker in shape.
That motherfucker in shape, man. That
He's
motherfucker.
He come from a wrestling
G only
background.
lost to Canelo. I was looking at Triple G. He got a draw versus Canelo and 2 losses. That's it. Everybody else he beat.
Bro, before he fought, bro, he was
42 wins.
No, he was devastating
Man,
before
was
Canelo. Like we was like, yo, he cleaning
Dominic
niggas
Wade, he was cleaning
He
all
was
the people that
knocking
had names.
everybody out.
Curtis Stevens. It was like everybody who was potentially somebody that can give him a rumble. It was like, damn, he really just walking through him.
He out here beating ass. That's a fact. He out here beating ass. But hey, so look, I ain't gonna lie, I had 2 more questions. I said 1 more, I got 2 more. Would you talking about would you go back down to 160 and fight like a Eubanks Jr.? Because I know he got one of those what is it, UBO? I think he got an IBO or something, Intercontinental belt. Something like
me and Eubanks should have fought when he fought Korboff after I fought Korboff. You know, when I fought Korboff, they gave us a draw, and then Korboff went on to fight Ellis and Eubank, and then he hurt his ankle and his shoulder, and he didn't fight anymore. And I'm like, well, if he fight Eubank after that, why me and him can't run? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just seems like some of these names don't cross my path. It's like they knew I just went through them, but they go the opposite direction. That's why I never understood.
So you would go back down to 160 because it's a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good talent in 160, but there's not a lot of big names in 160. The only other guy I can see is Mosley Jr. and Eubanks Jr. is only names that
I
really
called you Mosley out recently. I just said I'll call him out in the DC Mike interview. So Mosley Jr. would be a good one. Like I'm looking for good names, good people that can really fight. Not saying these other opponents not there, but I'd rather go for the challenge. I don't feel like a lot of fighters really want the real challenge. I really honor that. I honor myself. Competing against the best and showing my skills. I came grown from 12 years old watching the best and seeing Floyd and Roy Jones and Joe Frazier and Ali. So these are winning caliber fighters. I want to be amongst them same type, you know what I'm saying? Even though my career detoured and my manager and stuff at the time, I just feel like they wasn't focused on my goal as a fighter. And that's what I wanted to do. You know, and that's what the business side, they kind of take you which way they want to take you versus the way the fighter wants. So and I honor myself fighting the best, and I'd rather fight the best. So if 160, if it doesn't drain me too much or push, and we can get a perfect fight where we can say, hey, we got this time, we're gonna do this. I would love to do that with Laura or Mosley. I feel Laura is the only credible name down there that's big right now.
Yeah,
facts, man. Facts.
That's why I was looking at it. Carlos Adames too. I like him too. He talking about Shiraz he'll fight. I'll fight him. Carlos Adames
too. I like that. All right, man.
We gotta get it. We gotta make one of these happen, man.
I keep saying last question.
I'm ready to watch you fight.
I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited to root for you, dog. I can't lie to you. So
yeah,
but my last question for real on boxing, at least on boxing. Yeah. How do you feel about Jake Paul entering the boxing space? Do you feel? I know he get a lot of mixed reviews with guys who are just like, I hate to say from the mud, but like who are really of the essence of boxing. But do you think him coming in is a good or a bad thing for boxing? How you feel about that?
It's definitely mixed views. I feel like, from my perspective, seeing it, I feel like he helped boxing coming in on the fact that he brought more eyes to whatever following he had from his YouTube and people. He brought them into the sport, so now they can see the messed up stuff. They can see the good stuff. A lot of people get away with bad stuff in the sport. He came in and cleaned up a little bit. If they look at it, besides the fight matchup, let's just talk to him as a promoter and his image. He came in, he paying fighters, he put them on the platform, he's giving them good paydays on the big stage and letting them be seen and signing guys. So he's doing his part on making them feel fulfilled as a fighter. Like there's nobody, I don't feel like as a fighter don't say he's bad on his promotions or being whatever, so he's good. Business end, he came in clean on the business end. Now the respect and the view of him as a fighter has changed because they're looking at this YouTube guy, he's coming in doing this. But if they look at the fighters he's choosing, me being a fighter, he's only choosing other YouTube fighters. He's choosing UFC guys. He's trying to make a statement with UFC guys. They can't beat him, and he's glossing it up with boxing. So I get what he's trying to do, and he's kind of selling that. but I don't get offended by it, even though he's making good paydays of it. Because I'm like, I look at it like, well, at least he's getting the attention of people. Because I feel like boxing don't get too much attention from the outside eyes to see what's going on in the sport. And because he's bringing his avenue of people, it brings more into what's going on. And then look at other fights and then why this person got robbed, why this person not that. Because a lot of stuff that go on. So I just look at
Yeah.
Jake Paul is bringing more attention to the sport. He putting more eyes on it, and let him win on what he's doing. If that's, I'm not jealous, I'm not whatever. It's like, okay, he's succeeding at. If somebody else would have made that idea, maybe they would have been succeeding. I can't get mad at him being the idea. I'm gonna go into boxing and make money off it. Y'all let him. Y'all allowed him to do
That's
it.
true.
So you know what I'm saying?
You said you wouldn't be offended. What if he get that Canelo fight? Would you be offended then? If Jake Paul get Canelo,
I'll be upset.
Jake Paul
I'll be
needs
upset
to stay away from
but
him.
at the end of the day, his business or how he marketed himself and had that marketability, I can't be mad. His name is more marketable, and I have to look deeper on why. You know what I'm saying?
right?
And versus me feeling in the moment, I'm be like, damn, yeah. But when I look at why, well, he got more followers. They don't know me as much as he know him. So if 1,000 people know him more and only 10 people know me, that's the only reason why. And that's just the sad part of the business, where a lot of fighters not understanding, hey, this person just might knows you more. This person might, your name just doesn't mix. And that's what Floyd kind of did. Floyd kind of took the names that was known more to make more money and make this and that. But it's like the sport is just getting more orchestrated. Like I said, like basketball. Basketball is more orchestrated. Boxing is not as orchestrated as basketball. So you kind of don't know what the next move and the next whatever, how you get there. Basketball, you know, you get into a top college or whatever, you know you're gonna be projected to be in a certain thing, and you get into a D1 school and this and that. Oh, I got to get here. You know exactly. In boxing, you just hoping something works somewhere.
Yeah, you hoping all the pieces fall. That's a fact. Now, Teddy, before you, do y'all got anything else real quick? Because I don't want to keep holding my man. I know you know.
Yeah, Jake Paul need to stay away from Canelo. That's all I was gonna say about that. Let's go.
What happened if he beat Canelo?
Shoot,
what happened when he beat him?
He can't.
What's gonna happen? He
lost to Tommy Fury.
I personally feel like Jake Paul's a mole. I think he got set up in the sport, man. I feel like he's a mole. I look at his corner and I see who's in his corner? It's J.L.R. Love. I said, J.L.R. Love, you traded this man, knowing that he was with Floyd and the money team. I said, oh, they set him up.
The money team. He on a different one now.
This
money. You know what the money
at? The sport, like just picked it up. I'm looking at the people around him. I said, man, this man has been training the whole time. Get out of here.
Facts.
Yeah.
What you was about to say, Ted? Was you about to say something, Ted?
No, I was just a temperature check. You know, like I said, because we probably gonna transition into the sports talk, but I just wanted to be, respectful to you. How much time frame do you got? You know, you got time for a couple more questions for us?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So hold
on, wait, Ted. Let me ask him this: how do you become a Phoenix Suns fan? Where did that come from? What happened? You like fighting for real? Because that's all y'all been doing is fighting. Because I don't know how you end up there.
I'm fighting for their life.
Phoenix Suns. Shoot, since I saw Steve Nash, man, Steve Nash was my guy. You know, Phoenix Suns really when he left from Mavericks over to Phoenix, and they just became my team, man. I just love the way they was running. They was like how the Warriors was back then in a mid-range 2-point era. So the 2 and 3, the threes was scarce, but the Phoenix Suns was the running gun, popping, Steve Nash passing. I'm a point guard, so I'm looking at one of the best point guards playing. So I'm like, yo, Steve Nash was nice back then. You know, being able to kick it off the elbow and pass and everything.
Facts. They was
20 assists.
They was scoring that field.
Double king. Before you get triple doubles, it was just double doubles. That was the best thing at the time.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Listen, you got me off your back quick because I had a lot to say about the Sun. I thought you were going to bring up Devin Booker. Garbage. And let me not say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie.
Watch him out.
Go ahead.
Devin Booker brought me back when he started driving. I said, man, this guy
Booker
is legit.
Book's cold. Book is cold.
I'm done. Y'all got it. I'm
done. Book cold. But I can see how you could. I can see how he could. That Steve Nash, Quentin Richardson, Joe Johnson, Sean Marion,
Mario Barbosa.
That was they was fired. They was fired.
There was only a couple names before I got upset about it. It was only a couple
Grant
names
Hill
that
too,
I was okay.
Boys, even though he had to hurt Grant Hill.
Little Penny Hardaway. Penny played for a second.
Injured Penny Hardaway.
He said Grant Hill. I threw in Penny.
Who you say, Manny? Who you say, Manny?
On Jason Richardson, he was underrated.
Jason Richardson was tough.
He was like J.R. Smith before J.R. Smith. He could shoot threes, he could dunk, he could do everything.
I think he's
So
probably,
now
about
it's just
18.
now it's just Devin Booker trying to save the Suns now. But yeah,
I felt bad. I felt good when KD came in and Bill, but I felt bad because at first Bill, I felt like Booker was gonna get hurt because he kept carrying the team. I said he don't got no help. He can't keep playing 82 games by himself, putting up 40, 30, 40, 50. I said now you're gonna get injured. And then he got some assistants. I said okay, they're gonna run. Then he got to the championship with Chris Paul and lost. I'm like, I get all this help and lose.
He light skinned. You forgot he was light skinned. That's the part. He light skinned. That's your fault. You gotta remember that.
If he thought Brad Bill was about to come in and help.
No, he talking about Chris Paul.
Bradley Beal though. I feel like they trying to make him a point guard and a feeling. They didn't know how I don't think Bradley Beal knew his place on that.
It was a bad fit.
It's a bad fit. You're right. It's a bad fit. Bradley Beal.
They try to make him their primary defender.
They should not be on the same squad. Bradley Beal and Devin Booker.
That was all. And of course, you got old KD in there.
Nobody want to know not to shoot. Somebody got to be a Dwayne Wade. Somebody got to pass and just lay back.
Yo, stop sending shots, DJ. Y'all keep All right.
What am I saying?
Hey, listen. I'm about to bring a little bit of structure back to this conversation because he out there dissing KD. He out there dissing Book. Hey, listen, Manny. I want to give you a little bit of homework on this dude, bro. He's a Donovan Mitchell fan and he's an avid KD hater. So let me bring it back to you real quick.
A Donovan Mitchell fan is crazy.
No, he don't. No, he don't. No, he's not.
Bro, you don't like.
I'm a Trae Young fan, Manny. I'm a Trae Young fan.
He like the Atlanta Hawks, and he's talking to you about the Suns. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Hey, I'm not. I didn't say he couldn't talk shit back. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Trae Young is
not what a face off
watching
is.
Trae Young in college. And they was booing him at his college days when they was calling him overrated. So when I saw them days to see him now, I said, man, Trae Young to me is going to exceed Curry if he keeps shooting the way he's shooting because he came out the gate shooting that way. Curry
Look at Dirk face. Look, now tell him about himself, Ted. Don't be trying to put the belt down, man. Put the belt down, Manny.
They see when Monte Ellis coming in. I was watching the Warriors. I was like, yo, Monte and Curry. I said Curry was okay. He was a little point guard, but then once they got Clay and Draymond, and that spread the whole floor. Now he's able to take his green light. He's starting to shoot crazy.
Manny,
I'm saying, Manny,
do me a favor. Put the belt down, Manny. Put the belt down while we talk about hoops. Teddy, tell him about himself. Now, tell him about himself when he talk about Steph Curry and Trae Young. Go ahead.
I want to know what he meant by.
So what's up with that?
Go ahead.
What did you?
They not in the same stratosphere, man. Like, listen. I'll rock with you. The boxing, everything has been a hell of a time.
Don't be fluffing it up.
Listen, but this is where I put my foot down, man. You wildin'. They not even in the same.
Oh my God.
Like you know.
Hold on. What you meant by Trae Young was going to pass him?
He gonna pass him. You heard what he said?
How when he first got drafted, he's shooting 30-foot threes off of being drafted. There's nobody in the NBA that was coming out shooting half court and 30-foot threes coming into the league. He came out in college doing that. So if he's already taking the Curry's method coming in drafted, I look at him by the time he's finished his career,
about to have a heart attack
because a lot of players don't come out shooting deep threes. They come in shooting a few threes, and you miss, you getting benched. If you don't play good, you getting benched. This dude coming out, he could be 1 for 9 and still come out and be 7 for 8 the next game. And I'm like, yo, this is the first few seasons. If he keep doing this, by the time he get hot and he's not in his prime yet,
tell him. You heard what he said.
It's like
Trae Young
is gonna be better than Steph Curry, right?
Yeah.
You know James Harden's top 5 3, but they don't really call James Harden as a shooting 3. They know he's a player, but they don't give him the 3-point. Like he really a top 5 3. You can't leave him open. But he's gonna be the same way Trae gonna be. He's gonna be a top 7 out of nowhere.
Yeah, they both shoot about 32%.
Hey, man.
What's his percentage?
They both shoot about 32% from 3.
See, you lost me, Manny. You lost me when you threw Harden in there. You lost me.
Man, but this is where it get crazy, though. You just gave Trae Young all this praise. I just want to let you know that this is going to be the thumbnail. This is going to be the leading clip.
He going to be right, and I'm going to be right there like this, Manny.
Yeah, look, we're gonna play
Trae Young is him.
When he become a top 5 3-pointer, I'm gonna say, look, but I told you, Trae.
But listen though, man, I respect the opinion and things of that nature, but it gotta stop with Steph, man. It gotta stop, bro. it gotta stop. Like I love that you dying on your hill right now, but you gotta realize
He
it's two
telling the
different.
truth. He telling the truth.
When
Ted.
did
It's
Steph
okay.
start shooting threes? I'm gonna tell you when Steph started shooting threes when Clay and Draymond came in because they spread the floor. They
Okay.
spread the floor for him to
I
shoot
like
that.
that.
But when the
No, I
floor
like
got
that.
when he don't got that
But
help no more, he's not shooting them threes like
He
that
look
anymore.
regular, don't he?
Gonna
He
hurt
look
himself.
regular.
Manny,
Regular.
he just had no. Hold on, Manny. Listen,
Regular.
Yeah.
Trae Young does shoot 30-foot threes. He do. They don't
And he's
go in
successful
much.
too.
No, they're not. No.
He's
He
successful.
no. He's
Let me Google it. I got
well,
you.
it
I
depends
got you,
on.
Manny. I'm gonna Google
It
it.
depends on what you mean by successful. He's successful and he got a
What
max
person you
contract.
have in the NBA that's early in their career shooting deep threes and making it and
I
still
got a name
like
for you. You want to hear the name?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Dame Dollar.
Okay.
Dame Dollar early in his career wasn't shooting as far as Trey.
You wildin'.
He wasn't
You
shooting
wasn't
like
shooting.
He
Trey
was
early
letting
in his
that thing
career.
go, man.
He
Not
was
coming off
Was
the
wildin'.
letting
Coming
it
gate.
coming
go.
out of
Not
Weber
Danny.
State
drafted.
Manny.
University.
Not
Weber State
drafted.
University. He was going
Look,
crazy off the
listen to the stat, Manny. Listen, y'all listen to it.
Here you go.
From 35 to 39 feet, Trae Young shoots 55% from three.
Damn,
From
that's
what
crazy.
feed? From where?
From 35 to 39. Now, from 30 to 34 is 29. But from 35 to 39
Is it more
is 55.
points? Is it more points when you shoot from back there?
No, don't change. That ain't what he said. That ain't what he said.
Oh,
Don't change
I'm
it.
just saying
He
he
said the
effective.
percentage
For a
of
person to
Bro,
come
I
out the
did
first
not.
few years to be effective that far is very like as a
yeah.
coach, you
It'll
don't
be
look for
good in the
nobody
big
shooting
three.
40 yards, 40 feet and still getting a game. You're gonna get that man out of there if he
I,
missing.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
I need some
Yeah.
structure because I did not
Go ahead and
expect
give us some
this.
structure because you hating. Because you
No,
go
but
ahead.
listen, I did not have this on my bingo card for this
Yeah,
to be a
Manny turning
Trae
us
Young
up now.
segment. I don't like this.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
He's
like it.
turning
like.
us up
I
right
love it.
now.
I love it. You got that. That was a great
My
answer, man.
You
I
son,
gotta
my
like
think,
son
that.
Trey,
love
man.
Trey.
I look at him and shoot. I'm like, dang, he pulling them. Like that's hard to do at
For
that
sure.
far
They
and to
did.
make them like
Now
that.
they did. Y'all know they talking about trading Trae Young to the Bucks. They trying to get him out there with Giannis. That's why the what's my team, y'all? The Hawks. The Hawks haven't signed Trae Young to an
And
extension
he'll
yet.
and he'll go around and give you 10 or 15 assists. That's the crazy
He,
part.
no,
Hold
that's
So
his
on.
listen,
power.
that's what you
That's
should have
his
So you
opened up your
telling me
superpower.
Trae
segment
and
with.
Manny? I'm
That's
sorry,
his
Trae
No,
and
superpower.
because
Giannis
he a
will be
point
good.
guard. He's supposed to assist, but the point guards now don't even care about it. So it's all
Facts.
No,
about
that's his
shooting
Facts.
now.
superpower there, Manny. That's his superpower.
Yeah.
He can pass his ass off. He's an
How y'all like
amazing
that? How y'all like
playmaker.
Trae and Giannis? How y'all like Trae and Giannis? You think that'll work out
Uh,
there?
He too
I
I
don't think
small.
mean,
it's
what do
gonna
you
work
mean
out
by
there. I actually
work?
liked him with Dame. I think Dame was a good pick, but I don't think they
Yeah.
played the right. I don't think they played this right system around each other.
I
I
don't
ain't
think
mad
it'll
at
be
that.
too much different from him and Dame. I mean, it'll be a
Really?
little bit different. I
If they would
mean,
have done more of a pick and roll with Dame, I felt like would have
Trey
helped.
passed better, but I mean,
But besides Giannis, who he gonna pass it to? If you bring somebody else in there, that's like a medium piece that could actually help them as a supporting
him
cast
and
member and be like a
They
little
got
bit
us.
under an all-star. What?
You
Who?
can
him and
Kyle
Dame
Kuzma.
both. Him and Dame are both awful on defense, so I don't think it's gonna matter that
Cal
much.
I
Cal
don't think they need to
Kuzma.
bring a point guard. They need to bring like a shooting guard, small forward, in
Kyle
with
Kuzma,
Kyle
Giannis.
Kuzma is crazy. Stop the madness.
Kyle Kuzma is,
too.
bro. Let me pull
Listen,
up this
Kyle
Bucks roster.
Kuzma don't. Hey, listen, Kyle Kuzma don't want to do nothing but look
They
light
too,
skinned on
man.
Instagram
That's
with
it.
his shorty.
Hey,
AJ Green is
man.
tough.
So
Bobby
it's
You,
gonna
Portis is
be
out
bro,
there.
bro,
it's gonna
yo,
be
stop.
Trey
Hey,
Young,
Manny,
Giannis, and Kyle Kuzma.
bro, Manny, I'm about to bring some structure back in
Yeah,
the
4 or 5
conversation
seed,
because this is
4 or
getting
5
out of
Go
seed,
hand.
ahead, Ted. Go ahead and ask the question, Ted, because
I
he
4
asked
or
all
5
my
seed.
guests this question. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who the top 5 NBA players currently right now? Go ahead.
Top 5 NBA. Number
Yeah.
one, Shea.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Hey, we gonna be
I'm
best
about to
friends, man.
lose it.
Hey, Manny, we gonna
I
be
called Shay
best.
too. I could tell my nephew. I said Shay gonna be MVP this year, and he's like, "No, Jokic just." I said, "Okay, bet." I said, "Look, he's number one, and he's the number one winning team. And when you're an MVP, you gotta win too. You can't just be an MVP. You gotta have
Best
a
guess
winning
ever.
record, unless
This
you
is
have
the
an
best guest appearance
undeniable
ever.
historical stat like Curry and you had Westbrook. Other than that, you have to be having wins, and he had the best winning team. And with him off the court, they wasn't winning. Jokic, you could kind of still win without. They had too many pieces. They had
You hurting me. You hurting me. But
they
go
Said,
ahead
had
and
more
finish your
pieces.
list.
said
They
we
had
gotta
more
let
pieces than the
Shay
Thunder.
go. We gotta
If you
let
go Thunder and you go OKC, Thunder and Nuggets by themselves, you take Shea off. Who's winning by themselves? Nuggets will win without Jokic versus OKC. Like without Shea, they really ain't really the same team. They kind of mid.
This your
Manny, go
list,
ahead.
Manny.
Oh, go ahead with your list,
This your
man.
list,
So
Manny. You got it. Go ahead.
I said Shea, Jokic, Giannis.
Okay.
Yeah, it get muddy at
Need
4
some
and
names. I
5.
got some names. We can throw out some names.
Stop the alley-ooping. Relax.
Don't give
Throw out
no.
some names. That's some names,
Damn.
man. You ready? Want me to give you some? I give you some.
Yeah, I
names.
need a few for the 4 and
Crazy.
5 because
I give you some names. Kev, you got Kevin Durant. You got Jason
No.
Tatum. You got LeBron James. You got Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Steph Curry, J-Dub. That's when you start getting a little.
Hey, hold.
see, I'm not gonna put Tatum up there.
I said Tatum. I said Tatum second. I said Jason Tatum. So you got Tatum there, 4.
Tatum could be 4th.
So you got Tatum at 4. You got Luka Doncic,
Jokic, Giannis, Tatum,
Jason Tatum, and then you got Donovan Mitchell.
No, I gotta put LeBron at 5. It gotta put LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron still, yeah.
Okay.
LeBron could have still been 1, but because I feel like he laid off the last few years, and he just playing off the.
He's been doing a lot of laying off, Manny.
Let's be fair. I'm gonna be fair, Manny. LeBron James is not close to 1. Okay, I'm giving you 5. He ain't close to 1.
I ain't gonna lie, he is top 2. He's like top 2, top 3 though.
No, he ain't no top. He ain't even top 2.
You
on
mean
this
all
team. No,
time? You're saying all time right now,
like
man. You're
right
not
now
talking
in the
about right
NBA,
now.
because you think about it, he shouldn't even be competing. The fact that he's able to
so you giving him grace points though. You giving him glory points. We ain't giving out. We giving out.
He's playing hard, though. If he go hard,
kinda
he injured. He
competing.
can't play hard like he did on Miami days. If he do that, he out
I'm
the
not mad
league.
at that. Yeah, no, that's a fact. He got to play 60 games. Look at Ted face. What you got to say, Ted? You asked the question. How you feel about the list? Talk to him.
The fact that you got Shea, Joker, and Giannis, I'm fine with that. Ford, Tatum, I'm fine with that as well. But the fact that he's giving Bron, he's real big on consistency. So, like, you listen to the guy, he's real, like, your resume has to match the career path. Like, you can't have, like, a real big peak for, like, 2-3 seasons and then fall off. He rocking with all the guys that have been consistent since they came into the league, and that's what I'm rocking with. I don't have an issue with your list. I may have an issue with the positioning of 1 and 2 and 3, but at the end of the day,
those are the top 5 guys.
Those are the top 5 guys.
No, it's not.
I don't think Bron. Who you got there, Dirk? What you got to say, Dirk?
I'm sorry, man.
Top 5, man. Bron can't be denied in top 5 to me. I think
I'm a diehard Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
Bron isn't better than Luka at this point.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
You think
He's
that's
just
wild?
not. He's not.
That's wild.
He's not.
That's wild.
Man, he just
you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy,
Luka
man?
just came to the league, came with LeBron at the end of that season, right? And Luka can't carry the team the way LeBron could carry the team.
Man, I can't let you do that.
Down and take over and know positioners and know how to use this one-on-one, and like Luka's good on clutching, but he's not consistently clutching. Like LeBron's consistent on end game. He's consistent on finishing. He's consistent on
Manny. Luka just took the Mavericks to the finals, man. They was just in the finals, man.
How many times? How long Luka been there?
He young, man. He young. He still got a lot left in the tank.
LeBron was young too.
five first team NBAs. We young. You know, we on the cover of Men's Health, man. We skinny. We ready to go, man.
He's not taking over though. You think about it, Luka's not taking over to win, get 4 games straight, 5 games straight. He might have 2 or 3, barely 3.
We can't make it to the finals and not be putting together no good games, man. We was just in the finals.
In 2020?
Luka was just in the finals.
Oh, last season, 2024. That's a fact.
He was just in there. He was just there.
Was he? Who he played with?
When he was on the Mavericks. They played against the Celtics in the championship.
Oh yeah, he got busted. He got busted.
They did.
No.
They did get busted too.
Okay.
They did get busted. Yes.
But he did take them to the
because
finals.
Jason Tatum showed what a real champion supposed to be.
Yeah. I'm rocking with Jason Tatum.
I'm about to lose my mind on this pod.
I don't
like Luka versus Tatum. I give
comments.
Tatum giving him the championship edge. He just knows how to be a champion. Luka don't know how to be a champ.
I'm about to lose my mind.
Oh man, that's fire. All right, listen, man. You
think about it. Like, look, when it comes to
I'm fine with you. I'm fine with him picking Tatum over Luka if he won't. I'm saying that Luka is definitely better than Bron at this point. I'm not saying. No, I don't even think.
He is.
Yeah,
I'm not mad. I don't mind.
Luka better than Kyrie?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at EJ's face.
Oh no, look at EJ's face. Kyrie now.
Luka not better than Kyrie?
He's not better than Kyrie.
Oh man,
Did he
this
not
not
just,
even. We not even
he took Kyrie to the finals. That's how he got there.
took
You
him.
know,
He
Kyrie
picked
took
them
them to the
up.
finals, right? You know, Kyrie took LeBron to the finals, right? Dropped 40 with him to save him, right? You forgot. You take away Kyrie's
No,
40, how
Braun
do they
took him.
win?
They picked Kyrie up, man. They be picking
Didn't
him up.
Kyrie hit that
You know,
three-pointer to save the game? How much times Kyrie got to save the show? You know, they forget that.
How you get there, man? How you get to the point where you can hit a game-winning shot?
Oh, he got
Yeah,
to
how
win
you get to
LeBron. But he carried his half. He carried his half
oh,
that
no,
the
no.
Luka, that
His
Luka
ass-
can't
I'm not
carry.
now that's a different statement. I ain't mad at that. That's a different.
You know when you have a new a baby and you strap them on your chest and they be dangling. Braun, Braun and Luca
What's
strap.
that
They be
movie? What's that
strapping
movie
Kyrie.
with the two people with that shit? What that dude with the light skin dude? I can't think about it. It's an old school
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah. With you talking about with the
Bro.
Wayans? Is that
Bro,
no? He talking about what's the
Yeah, I
movie with
forgot. Austin
the white
Powers.
dude? Yeah,
Austin
Austin
Powers.
Powers.
Goldfinger, Austin Powers,
Yeah,
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
yeah. So
That
Kyrie
was
is the little
LeBron and
guy.
Kyrie right there. You know what I'm
Kyrie's the
saying?
little guy. He's a
I'm fine.
B.
And longest,
He's a
like he said, longest Kyrie is the
one of the
little one.
best, Robins you can have.
The best.
One of the best.
But
That's-
Kyrie can take a lot of stuff by himself, and I feel like Luka.
That's crazy that you
Man,
say
they
Luka
don't
that.
don't
die
do
on
Because,
this
that every
hill, man.
game.
They
He
don't
don't do
die
that
on
every
this.
game to everybody.
uh,
I've seen Kyrie go against
Don't do
everybody
this.
and be the same. He went against D Rose back then, prime D Rose. He went against Curry, showed against Curry. Whoever it was, Kyrie went straight up against in the game. When Luka does it, he doesn't fulfill all the way. He don't become Luka every game. He's not
If
that same
let,
guy.
let me ask you something, Manny. If you got Luca as your number one guy and you just got role guys around him, do you still think you make the playoffs?
No, because he did it before.
You don't make the playoffs?
No.
Okay. If you got Kyrie as your number one guy and role players around him, which lottery pick are you getting?
Which lottery pick?
That's crazy.
it's funny.
He said the question was
Which lottery
crazy.
pick?
1, 2,
That's
3. Which ping pong ball you got?
I mean,
Which
you
one?
ain't even gonna say they making the playoffs. You ain't gonna
No,
keep
no,
it
they're not
simple.
making that. Just well, they did.
That's kinda
They got the
little
lottery.
extra, you know what I'm
They was
saying?
picking number one every year when Kyrie was running the show, man.
Yo, listen, I was letting y'all get so much
I
content
know.
off.
I see him over here just like eating them up. Like, yo, this.
Yo.
It's crazy, man. You know what's crazy, man? Because he disagree with everything you saying. He just ain't saying it. I don't know why he ain't saying that. It's crazy.
Bro,
No,
man.
because I'm just adding. I'm adding on more. I'm gonna keep adding more.
Bro, listen. Every single take that you've been standing on, I've been arguing with EJ for the last couple of months about all these topics. That's what make it sick. You haven't
Oh,
had,
wow.
you wasn't on my
You got my
side not
on
one
everything.
time.
You got my side on everything.
Hey,
So
but listen,
Except
but,
Kyrie. No,
yeah,
you
but,
wasn't
but,
on
but,
that
but
Kyrie.
this is where I think that y'all wrong though. I was letting everybody talk. Y'all said that Kyrie was the number one sidekick of all time. I really think it's KD.
ooh, calling him a
No, we didn't.
sidekick.
I didn't agree with number
Was
one
he really a
sidekick. I
sidekick
said
though?
a
Was
great
KD a
sidekick.
sidekick?
Who
See,
team was it,
this
man?
conversation.
It was
So,
KD team.
oh,
KD ain't never had a
Any
team.
team that KD went on, he was always the number one option.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they always ran the ball through KD, no matter who
They
it was.
did.
So let me
They
give you an
did.
example of why I think that there's flaw in what you're saying. I won before you got there. I won when you got there, and I won after you left. And you have not won since you've been away from my squad, my team, my Golden State Warriors in the Oracle when the Oracle was jumping through the gym. And this shit was selling out too crazy, and they was going on retarded runs, breaking all these records.
Can I
Steph
tell you
won.
something? I said this to y'all. Oh, go ahead, finish. You want me?
Steph
Listen,
won
you ready for this?
before, during, and after KD left, Manny. Who's the man? Who's
Did
the
you watch
unanimous
when he was
MVP?
playing and who was the ball options and how did they play through KD that season for
So
them to
when,
be
so when I called
70
you, Manny,
wins?
when I called you,
Did you
Manny,
watch the structure? Because that's when you
yeah,
know you're the option is when you get the ball first. When you're the first option to get the ball first and get the score, and they couldn't beat that whole season with him on that team, he was the number one option.
he cooking. So when I called you last, so let's say you KD, right, and I'm Steph. Hey, bro, I've been carrying all these particular playoff games. The season's feeling like they're a little bit longer than normal. And I just need you to come out here and do what you do best is get buckets. You ain't gotta be a leader because you're not a leader. You don't have to be, you don't have to coach anybody in the locker room. You don't have to be nobody's mentor. Just go out there and get buckets.
And you don't
And
gotta
Katie
bring no
said,
brush.
and you know what Katie said on the phone? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Chef Curry. I'll come out there and get buckets. That's
Did,
really
did they
that's how the
not need him?
conversation went.
Did they
Huh?
not need him that season?
To do what? To
To
do
do
what?
what? To go to the finals? No.
Then why did they use him?
They
They
needed him
use
because
him if you
LeBron made
if
him
you
on.
gonna come,
They
If
could
we'll
you
have
don't,
spent.
use
if you
you.
need a caliber like that, that's up to LeBron. You act like he's not a number one option when you bring him in and just treat him like a number two, number three. People don't get treated in like a 2 or 3 when you're a number one guy. They treat him like a number one guy. So they came in
When
expecting him to be number one, so they could be that season that they had.
when you was the number one guy, you lost to me. So I said, hey, look, I know that I punched you real hard. I'm Manny. I hit you with the left hook, and that shit stung, and you still dizzy. But I'm gonna say, hey, bro, you can come join us, join this promotion team, and we'll get you that hardware that you looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
You've choked the league, and now I'm gonna give you the opportunity to be on the winning team. That's all it is, Manny. That's all it is.
That
And
was
it's all right.
wrong on KD choosing that because he's still gonna put his numbers up anyway.
But listen, I never doubted the amount of ability that he can score. He's one of the best scorers of all time. But when I'm talking about the number one option, the leader, the mentor, the drive, it shows before, during, and after. Curry has actually put on rings. Since KD left, he has ruined every single team that he's been a part of, and he's gonna ruin the Houston Rockets.
It's crazy that
Oh,
you hate on
hold
KD like
on.
this. It's crazy. He going crazy.
This is
Wait a minute.
I
taking
think they put too
this is
much
taking
pressure
a
on him. I'm
turn
not
for
gonna say
me.
he's gonna ruin them. I don't disagree with you. I feel like
Insane.
they put a lot of pressure on KD, and KD is not looking for the same thing that people put pressure on for him.
Don't
For
tell
him,
me he better than Steph Curry if he ain't looking to be for the championship. You can't be. It can't be both.
Because
Hold on.
because this
Steph
is where
Curry
I
looking for the
this is
championship.
where I got the temperature check. Man, who's better all time ranking, KD or Stephen Curry? And look me in my face when you tell me this, brother, because we face to face right now.
What he
what you mean
square
as
up
far
for?
as
What was
ranking?
that?
What are you ranking? What you ranking on?
All time,
Everything,
just all time
totality
players.
and career,
Sometimes.
everything,
What you got? You got KD or Steph?
accolades, skill, resume, chips, all of that, everything.
Well, Curry winning his chips gives him the edge, though. He gives him the edge.
Okay.
He gets the edge. I'm not saying that he
Whew,
ain't there though,
I can
because
breathe.
KD
Whew.
number wise, stats, he's right there. But because he got them rings, the rings make
You
the
know,
difference. It
you know
separates.
what?
Ted
You
threw
know
me
what?
off, man.
You know
Ted
what
threw
was
me off today.
credit because Ted is a KD fan. It's crazy. But you know what happened when
I
KD thought
can't
it was his
believe
team? You
this.
know what happened when
KD
KD thought it
numbers
was
is
his team?
crazy though. Like he up there with
I'll be right
I
back.
think KD gonna
You good?
shatter LeBron's numbers when by the time
You
he's
know
done.
what happened when KD thought it was his team? Draymond came over there and told him, "Hey, we don't need you, nigga. Get your ass and pass that motherfucker to Steph Curry." That's why his ass left. That's exactly what. Hey man, we don't. What you do? Get your ass over there. You feel me? So he might have thought it was his team, but hey, as far as Draymond
Draymond
was
did
concerned, it's
say
still
that,
us.
man. Draymond
He did.
disrespectful, man. They need to stop treating KD like that, man. But listen, we not big KD fans on this pod, man. We, you
I
know,
like
What you mean
KD, man. I
we?
feel like KD
I'm
is
not. I don't.
he an excellent player. I
I don't
just feel
like
like he just
that.
not trying to. I don't know. He not trying to be.
He's a great basketball player. He just don't have a lot of that other stuff, man.
It's
Yeah,
like what
yeah.
other he don't have though. It's like he does have
He
everything
don't
pretty.
have like the intangible stuff. I don't
Like
think
the
to be
leadership.
like
Uh, the
to be as talented as he is. He need to be more. He needs to be more assertive. I feel like
they like the
in
alphaness, the alpha.
yeah his.
I think from watching KD, he plays more like a role player than a superstar.
That's
But
what
he
I'm
makes
saying.
superstar
That's
numbers, which
yeah.
is crazy.
Which that's
He's a
what yeah, that's
superstar
exactly what you
talent.
said. He's a superstar
But
talent.
he
Yeah,
played
that's
like a role player. Like you would think
Yeah,
him and
he
James
just
Harden switch. If KD was a six man and James was a starter, that's how I feel like if they
I
both
see what
switch
you're saying.
roles.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
yeah
he
KD
don't
because
don't
he don't
like that pressure. He don't like being number one, but he's number one. It's weird. It's like
that's what I'm saying. Nobody with that much talent would ever get beat by a team and be like, "Yo, I'm about to go." I'm run that back, bro. Like
yeah, he real
like that. I
passive.
want to
He's
see
real
y'all.
passive.
I want to see y'all. We was just up 3-1. I'm not coming to play with
y'all had
y'all,
the
bro.
best,
Like
y'all
that
had the
don't
better
even.
team.
That don't
Y'all had
even.
the better team.
I can't even comprehend that if I'm that good at basketball. Like if I'm KD talent, I don't think nobody run it back, bro. I'm not coming to play with y'all, nigga. Y'all. Y'all can't do nothing with me. That's what I would be saying. And his running mate, Russell Westbrook, is definitely saying that. So
It's bad because the era of basketball now changed. Because I have these arguments with my nephew and speak about how LeBron was early on in career versus now, because he had to go against the Kobe's and everybody before, and he wasn't living up to the hype of like KD. He wasn't living up to being that guy to push and
yeah,
take the team for himself. Like LeBron didn't take the last shot. He didn't guard the best player. He wasn't shooting off to his left and stuff. Now LeBron do it all in his new era. But the early era when he was trying to go against the guys with the Spurs and the Kobe's and stuff, he wasn't doing it. But now he does it everything. So it's like I look
yeah,
at it like in that comparison.
yeah.
Hey, Manny, your camera.
He see it. He's going.
Oh,
He got it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
y'all got something else for Manny, man? I ain't got nothing else for him.
Nah,
man.
this
is
been
fire,
great,
y'all.
man.
Hey, this has been a
fire,
pleasure.
bro.
This been an honor, bro. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all fun to talk to, man, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Man. Hey, let me ask you this: are you looking to try to get on that the September card, the Canelo Bud? Yeah. Are you trying to get on that one, or you
if
waiting?
they're able to give me an opponent, somebody we trying to figure out this discussion. Like I said, business of boxing is another thing with the fighters. So I'm willing to fight whatever, but we gotta get the negotiations correctly, and hopefully they can get my name in the mix on that, and hopefully we can get entered into that. But
Okay.
Hey, whatever you do, man, we supporting it, bro. I'm
That's- and I
tapped in with you,
appreciate y'all,
man.
man.
I'm tapped in with you for
Absolutely.
sure. Now you got a new
Hey,
fan in me for sure.
If you do
Hey,
get
thank
another
you.
fight, man, let Ted know so we can promote it. You feel me? We'll post it and do
So
a whole
who
little
I've been texting?
Ted. You've been texting
Okay,
Ted.
cool. Okay, I'll text you
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hit us, bro. We'll
Oh.
roll it out, bro, because it's fine. Like I said, we rooting for you regardless. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Yeah.
And thank
You know
you,
what I'm saying?
man.
So
I'll
I'm
definitely come back on the show on the podcast. We can talk
Yeah,
some
bro.
more, man.
Anytime,
We
bro.
can have some more, you know what I'm saying?
Straight
Oh
up.
man, we definitely
Straight
gotta
up.
talk hoops. We definitely gotta
Yeah,
talk.
we need you back. We
Look,
need
I'm
you
just
back.
saying Trey Young, man. I'm just saying Trey. I like Trey, man.
My
Listen, you
kids
don't
will
even
love that.
understand how much you can come back off of that alone.
Hey,
You can
listen,
come. We can
Oh
just
my
come back and talk
God.
trade for me.
Hey,
Go
hold
ahead,
on.
Ted.
But nah,
We
I
never
just
really
want to
heard
kind
the
of
discussion on the trade thing either. We kind of went to something else.
Yeah,
So
my kid's favorite player, Trey Young. So I already,
I got a Trey Young bobblehead downstairs.
Hey,
Go ahead.
look,
Oh,
I
my
ain't
dad
got no bone smoke
Hawks.
for Trey Young right now. I just was
go
going to
ahead,
say,
Ted. What you gonna say?
just trying to wrap everybody up, man, and close us out, man. Definitely wanted to kind of give you your flowers throughout your whole particular career, man. You got a lot of accomplishments. Your accolades basically speak for himself, and then definitely we want to be able to push the narrative and just kind of reevaluate and double down on why we actually here. I wanted to basically get you on this show so you could speak your opinion, break down everything about the state of boxing, talk about your journey and everything that's going on. And we wanted to be able to promote you so you can get so people from other states can get more familiar with you, and not just when it's time for you to be on ESPN, but kind of get a more personable experience for you. So at the end of the day, we would love to have you come back after you get on the next fight and whoop whoever the opponent is. We rooting for you, and we appreciate you and your time, bro, for real.
And shout out to
thank you. I
Miss D
appreciate
for
you, man.
sure. And shout out
Oh
to
yeah,
Miss D
yeah.
one more time,
Also,
man.
too, let me
Appreciate
give a
you.
shout out to the Charlos, man, Charlos and
Oh yeah.
Earl Spence. Because to be honest, you know, my championship run and me showing my pedigree of me being a champion has came from me working from them camps. And during that time was a lot of trial and error and me learning and being able to take what I've learned and come back and see that I've been championship caliber since. So that was my whole thing, and me being, I could say, well, old school fighter, where back in the days when you spar with a champion, you become a champion next. I took the honor in that versus me and Charlo could afford each other, which I did. We did fight. We fought in camp, and nobody understood. Like that sparring session was us fighting, and they didn't get to
Oh
see
yeah.
it. But certain people was there, was able to see and see that magic that we put in the work, and that's what made him be as successful he is, and be able for me to come back and have my success. So I look at that being my tutelage and giving back and showing like, hey, I'm gonna become a champion and keep being a champion. If it's not on that level of the Charlos or Earl or Jamel, that's the only reason. That's why I'm becoming champ, because I've been working with them, and I've been
Hey,
with the
hey,
tutelage in them. I
still
took things
sharp
that
and
I've
steel. That's
seen,
the
I've learned.
saying.
Yep, still sharp and
Still
still.
sharp and steel. Yeah, so yeah, I fuck with that, man. But all right, but hey, man, I
Well, thank
appreciate y'all
y'all.
time. Man. Y'all like, comment,
Yeah,
and
bro.
subscribe.
Thank you, man.
We'll give you a whole rollout, man, bro. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, bro.
No
Yeah.
problem, man. I
All right,
appreciate y'all.
y'all.
Let my mom know for sure the love, man.
Shout
Appreciate
out
y'all.
Yeah,
Show,
Miss
man.
D, man. She the
we
GOAT.
coming. We're
Yeah.
coming to release. All
She
right,
Yeah,
man.
for
awesome,
Appreciate
sure.
you,
man.
man, bro. All right,
All
y'all.
All
right,
right,
man.
bro.
All right, big
Yeah.
dog.
Appreciate it.
All right.